Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you, too! Hello, everyone.
What up, everybody?
To the flag.
Good to see
the United
ya.
States of America, and to the republic
Good to
for which it
see
stands,
ya.
one nation, under God, indivisible,
Hello, hello,
with
hello.
liberty and justice for all.
Hello, hello, hello. Guys, I'm running a little behind here. Got to go put on my my contacts and feed stinks. Woke up a little late, so I'm gonna leave you guys here. I'm gonna go run in the other room, throw in my contacts, grab my coffee, feed stinks. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Right.
Looks like
Thank you
Rob
very much,
Kwan's
Mr.
right there
McCusker.
talking to the cops up there. Shout
Madam
out to
Clerk,
Rob Kwan.
can we run through the agenda, please?
Yes, sir.
Everything okay?
Mr.
We're good to
President,
go. I'll
there's
be back in
request to
a
continue
couple minutes,
item
okay,
number
guys?
5 to September
Give me
24th,
uno momento.
2024.
Give me a little minute here.
Without objection, that will be the order.
Items 1 through 4 are items noticed for public hearing. Items 5 through 13 are
Thank you,
items
Dean Poole.
which
Thank you,
public hearings
Terry.
have been held.
Wow,
Items
47
14
and
through
43 months, you
32
guys
are
rock.
items
Thank you,
which
Terry.
public
Thank you,
hearings
Dean
have
Poole.
not been held. 10 votes are required for consideration.
Very good. Thank you. Without objection, members, those items are now before us. Do any members have items that you would like to call special? Councilmember Blumenfield.
Yes, I'd like to call item 12 special. If you could hold it on the desk for an amendment. They're just finishing it up and we'll get it circulated.
Very good. Item 12 will hold on the desk. Councilmember Lee.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to call item number 1 special for purposes of an amendment. I believe the city attorney has a copy.
Very good. Mr. City Attorney, please read it into the record.
So the motion reads that I move that item number 1 on today's council agenda be amended to adopt the following. 1. Determine that the issuance of a liquor license at Trader Joe's, located at 9224 North Reseda Boulevard, will serve the public convenience or necessity and will not tend to create a law enforcement problem. 2. Grant the application for determination of public convenience or necessity for the sale of alcoholic beverages for off-site consumption at Trader Joe's, located at 9224 North Reseda Boulevard. And 3. Instruct the city clerk to transmit this determination to the State Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control as required findings under Business and Professions Code, Section 23958.4. And is there a second to this motion?
Seconded by Councilmember Hernandez. Thank you. Councilmember Soto Martinez.
Yes, thank you so much, Council President. I'd like to call item number 23 for a separate vote, please.
23. Very good. Councilmember Price.
Thank you, Mr. President. Out of an abundance of caution, I'm recusing myself from item 13 because it's unclear who is working on this project. Item 13.
Item 13, Mr. Price will recuse. Very good. Any other specials, members? Any specials on my right? Any other specials on my left?
Yeah. Mr. President,
Councilmember De Leon.
Item 30 for technical amendments. City Attorney has the amendments.
Item 30?
Yes. for
Mr.
technical
City
amendments.
Attorney, if you could please read them into the record.
Yes, so this is a technical amendment. I believe it just changes the date. So the amendment reads that I move that item number 30 on today's agenda be amended to change the following language. Resolved to include in the cities, and it strikes 2024 to 2025 and adds 2023 to 2024. State legislative program sponsorship and support for any legislation or executive action to restore all or part of the funding that was cut from the state of California's active transportation program. Is there a second to this motion?
Second. Oh, I'm sorry. Did Councilmember Bloomfield? All right. Any other specials, members? Fair warning, last chance. All right. Seeing none, Madam Clerk, what's available for us to vote on at this point?
Mr. President, Council may now vote on items 6 through 11, sir.
Those items are now before us. I see no members wishing to be heard, so let's open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
12 ayes.
All right. with that, we're ready to begin our presentations for the day. And I'd like to ask Councilmember De Leon, are you prepared to begin your presentation? If you could start us off, please. You have the floor. Mr. Graebner, you've been shouting out even since before the meeting began. I'm going to instruct you now for the one and only time, be silent throughout this meeting and don't disrupt the work of the council. Councilmember De Leon, you have the floor.
Good morning, Mr. President. Good morning, colleagues and honored guests. Today we celebrate a shining beacon of our city's rich cultural heritage, La Luz del Dia, a beloved institution that's been serving the people of Los Angeles for over 65 years. Now founded back in 1959 by Jack Berber and Pancho Casares, La Luz del Dia has been a cornerstone of Olvera Street, El Pueblo, offering authentic comida mexicana michoacana, and a warm, welcoming spirit that embodies the heart of Los Angeles. Now, Mr. President, I know that I believe your father or your great-grandfather or grandfather, was also part of El Pueblo, Placita Olvera. For more than 6 decades, La Luz del Dia has been more than just a restaurant. It has been a gathering place for many, many families and a destination for visitors, a true reflection of the vibrant and diverse community that defines El Pueblo de Los Angeles. Today, under the stewardship of Gregory Berber, the grandson of Jack Berber, the legacy business continues to thrive, serving up some of the same flavors and traditions that have brought generations of Angelinos together. Greg, your family's dedication to preserving and sharing the rich culinary heritage of Mexico has enriched not only our taste buds, but also the sense of community. You have carried forward the legacy of your father, Henry, and grandfather, Jack, with passion and integrity, ensuring that La Luz del Mundo remains a vital part of the cultural fabric of our city. Now, on behalf of the great city of LA and my colleagues on the council, I want to congratulate you and your family and everyone who's been part of La Luz del Dia's incredible journey. We thank you for your contributions to our community, and we look forward to celebrating the many, many more anniversaries with you. Now, colleagues, as you recall, Placita Olvera and El Pueblo especially took a really, really hard hit during the global pandemic, the coronavirus 19. And it was tough. It was really tough, no doubt about it. Greg and I would have conversations, and collectively as a council, we came together to also uplift El Pueblo. So I just want to give it up by honoring them for their 65th anniversary. In LA, we don't do tradition well. We discard tradition a lot. We turn it in for the new, always something that's new and shiny. Here, it's apropos that we celebrate and recognize, again, La Luz del Dia. And I want to bring up Greg here just for a quick minute so he can share a few words. So let's give it up for La Luz del Dia, 65th anniversary.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm deeply honored to receive this certificate from the City Council today. I want to express my sincere gratitude to each and every one of you for this recognition, and especially Councilmember De Leon's office for their work to have us here today. El Pueblo de Los Angeles today is much more than a historical site. It is a vibrant tapestry of living culture where our heritage is remembered in the rituals of daily life and celebrated through the cultural events that fill our calendar throughout the year. As we celebrate 65 years in the restaurant business at El Pueblo and 83 years of our family's dedication to this community, this recognition not only acknowledges our longstanding commitment, but also our role as stewards of our family's legacy and the preservation of this cherished place. I'd like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the City Council for this prestigious honor. Your recognition celebrates our past achievements and motivates us to continue our work with even greater dedication to maintaining the cultural and historical richness of El Pueblo. Thank you for all your unwavering support and encouragement. Together, we keep our traditions alive and our community thriving. Thank you once again for this incredible honor.
And with that, Mr. President, as well as colleagues, we'll take the standard picture with, on behalf of all the council members here today, with every signature here. We present this beautiful, beautiful resolution on behalf of all of our colleagues to La Luz del Dia, to Greg Berber. Happy 65th anniversary.
Thank you very much, Mr. De Leon. And as you're taking those pictures, I would like to take a moment to recognize Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilmember De Leon. La Luz is one of my favorite restaurants on the historic street of Placita Olvera. And I will tell you that there's probably no better place in the city when it's cold and rainy out to go get your carnitas tacos and the best champurrado, I think, ever, anywhere in the city. It's, you know, when I used to work from an intern at City Hall 30 years ago to a young staff member, that stroll in the rain from City Hall to Placita Olvera to go just have a great quick bite with the line that's strung out the door. It's one of my favorite traditions when it rains in the city. And so I just want to congratulate you on such a long and celebrated history for being one of the anchor tenants of a very special place in the city's history. Congratulations on all of your success over the years, and thank you for still producing good quality food and an environment where everyone can go and enjoy. Congratulations.
All right. Thank you all very much. It's never easy for any business to continue as a family-owned business over the course of decades, generations even. It is a challenge anywhere. And it's one of the reasons that Councilmember Price and I pressed forward with the Legacy Business Program to recognize businesses like yours that really create the fabric of our community in neighborhoods across the city, and especially at the most important historic location in Los Angeles, the birthplace of our city. To have you continue with this success, it really means a lot to our entire city. So congratulations, and thank you, Councilmember De Leon, for this presentation. All right. So with that, I'd like to move next to Councilmember Hutt and Councilmember Lee, who will lead us in our second presentation of the day. Members, are you ready?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair, colleagues. Good morning, everyone. I'm absolutely thrilled to welcome our special guest from the Los Angeles Korean Festival Foundation here to City Council chambers. I want to start off this presentation with a video. IT, can you play our video?
Oh, I guess.
Thank you. Thank you. As you can see, it's an amazing event. Founded in 1974 by the pioneering Korean American community, the Los Angeles Korean Festival Foundation has been a steadfast advocate for preserving Korean heritage throughout the city and across the country. This organization stands out as the champion of Korean culture, working tirelessly to share its rich traditions with the world. The Los Angeles Korean Festival is an annual 4-day festival in Koreatown that stands in the heart of their mission. It's a celebration of inclusivity and cultural diversity, bringing together people from all walks of life. There will be captivating performances, like you just saw, and delicious Korean food, because the best food is in the 10th district. A vibrant parade and exciting exhibits. There'll be something for everyone, young and old. So I encourage you all to join us at Seoul International Park for this fantastic event from September 26th to September 29th. Admission is free, so don't worry about that part. And come out and bring all your friends and family to enjoy everything. And now I would like to bring up my colleague, Councilmember John Lee, to say a few words.
Thank you, Councilmember Hutt. Since its humble beginnings in 1974, this festival has grown not only in size, but in importance as well. I still remember attending the Korean Festival when I was young. It gave me a chance growing up in the San Fernando Valley to really connect to my Korean roots, and also obviously to come to Koreatown to enjoy Korean food. So the LA Korean Festival has become a cherished cultural event for us, allowing the 1 million Koreans that live in Southern California to help them reconnect with their roots. It has also evolved into a comprehensive celebration of Korean culture, passing on our unique heritage and traditions to future generations. The LA Korean Festival serves as a gathering place where not only Koreans, but people of diverse ethnicities can come together. I would like to express my deep gratitude to the LA Korean Festival Foundation for dedicating their time and effort to organizing this festival every year. I hope the Korean Festival continues to be a powerful platform that spreads Korean culture not only to the next generation of Koreans, but to people from all backgrounds and ethnicities that make the city of Los Angeles so great. Thank you, Councilman.
Thank you, Councilmember Lee. Now I'd like to bring up Alex Cha, the president of the Los Angeles Korean Festival Foundation. Alex?
Thank you, everyone. Hello, Mr. Council President, council members, and fellow Angelinos. My name is Alex Cha. I'm the current Los Angeles Korean Festival Foundation president. We are here to talk about celebration. Nowadays in our society, and especially in the city of LA, we need more celebration. Next week, we are having one of the biggest celebrations in the city of LA. The fire department of Los Angeles has estimated that 300,000 people will attend our festival. This is one of the biggest festivals in the city of LA, and we're having it next week in middle of Los Angeles on Olympic and Normandy. Please come by. It's free food. Tell your constituents. We are here to celebrate the uniqueness of LA as well as Korean culture and Korean pop, Korean food, Korean drama. Everything best that's offered by Korean American in the city of LA. We want to make this world-class, world-renowned, world-famous festival, especially in the city of LA. With the upcoming Olympics and World Cup, I think it's very possible. We have raffles, we have singers from Korea that we hire, and we really want to promote this event for the goodness of the city of LA. And after me, you will have a taste of a talent that will show up to our festival to sing for us. Thank you.
Now I'd like to bring up Justin Parks, say a few words.
Good morning, council members and fellow Angelinos. My name is Justin Park, an R&B artist born and raised here in Los Angeles. I've had the honor of sharing my music around the world, but nothing makes me prouder than performing in my own hometown, a city that has given me so much. Today, I stand before you with immense pride and excitement as I will be headlining the 51st annual Los Angeles Korean Festival. This festival is not just a celebration of Korean culture, but of the diverse fabric that makes Los Angeles so unique. For over 50 years, the LA Korean Festival has brought together people from all backgrounds, sharing the beauty of Korean traditions, food, music, and arts. It has become a cherished event that fosters unity and understanding between different communities here in Los Angeles. From its rich performances in K-pop contests to its incredible food expos and festival, it embodies the spirit of Los Angeles, vibrant, inclusive, and culturally rich. The opportunity to headline this year's festival is a true honor for me. As an artist from Los Angeles, being part of this historic event means more than just performing. It means representing a community and culture that has shaped who I am today. I am so proud to be part of this city that celebrates diversity and continues to uplift the voices and talents of its residents. Thank you to the Los Angeles Korean Festival Foundation for organizing this wonderful event, and to the city of Los Angeles for always supporting its artists. I look forward to performing and celebrating with all of you guys this year. Thank you, and I have a short 10-second clip of some singing for you guys if you guys would enjoy. This is my song, On the Low. We have 38 million on Spotify and spinning. My name is Justin Park. It's an honor to be here. No, I got this. The song is called On the Low, and it's been, in recent times, celebrated by Jungkook from BTS. Thank you, guys. Ain't gotta keep it on the low. Play find me on the top floor. Cause when we start it without just so they know. Thank you so much, guys.
Well, that was a treat, right? What a way to start a legislative week, right, Tim? All right. So now we have a presentation to the Los Angeles Korean Festival Foundation from the City of Los Angeles, signed by all members of City Council. Alex?
All right. Thank you all very much, and best wishes for another tremendously successful festival. That will bring us next to Councilmember Rodriguez.
Guys.
Are you prepared on your
Had a hell of a problem with my fucking lens
so
on the right
as soon as we've cleared for the photos,
Must have
you'll
some
have
dirt on it. Couldn't get in. Hurt. Why is there no sound? Did I leave it with no sound? I'm sorry, guys. Did they mute it? They must have muted it. I don't have any sound. Why don't I have any sound? They played music. Oh no. Oh, they muted it. Okay. We had sound. We're good. It's them. Good. Okay. So I was like, wait a minute. I know I left it on. And I left. Oh, fuck. What does it say? Fuck. What does Mr. Herman's vest say? Fuck. The mayor? I think it says fuck the mayor. Something like that. Fuck mayor. It just says fuck mayor.
Councilmember Rodriguez, good morning.
There we go. There we go.
Thank you. Give me 1 second.
All right. So we have Mr. Herman in there, huh? We have So under over, guys, is 10. I'm sorry, 8. Let's go with 8 today. It's going to be right on that cusp. It's going to be difficult for you.
Good morning, colleagues. Well, apropos
Latina
that
Golfers,
here
let's
for Latino
get it.
Heritage Month, but also
Let's get
I
the
think
golfers.
there's just always a good time to celebrate where so many women are contributing to our city. That I'm proud to bring in today, celebrating their Sweet 16, the Latina Golfers Association.
You already got a warning?
Led by the incredible Azucena Maldonado. Please give them a round of applause. Founded in 2008, this work was really centered around trying to give Latinas more space when it comes to corporate conversations, the professionalism, because we know so often that a lot of deals happen on the golf course. We've seen that a lot across many corporate boards and whatnot. Everyone is always providing an opportunity and space for work to get done on the course. And so it was with that spirit and mission that Azucena brought together this effort to help bring all these professional women together to help learn the incredible sport of golf. And, you know, it's and they don't do it the way everyone else does it. There's obviously a good Latina flair to everything that they do, but when you look at the professional women behind me, it's creating space and equal footing.
See, hear that, white women? Fuck you, women. Fuck you, white women.
When we see,
remember that
factually, that Latinas
zero
are
representation,
at the bottom
white
wage earners
women,
compared to
'Cause you're the
male
devil,
counterparts
just like
and
me.
white male counterparts, or even amongst every demographic of women. Latinas earn far less than other earners in this space. And so it's efforts like this that are helping to coalesce women to be better advocates for one another, but more importantly, learn how to compete on the course. And, you know, I want to thank, you know, my dad, when he picked up golf, when he was on the LA City Fire Department.
I know, your fucking
remember he would
dad's
take
the
my sister
hero.
and I just
I
to a
know.
little 9-hole.
I'm sure he fucking saved the entire
you know,
city
to go out and,
one night
and practice.
with his
And
golf club.
one of the things that I discovered that I was a natural at was a long and straight drive. And you know,
Shut
I
up,
still gotta
Meg.
work on the short game. But that was always an empowering thing that for me as a young girl.
Wrap that shit up,
picking
B.
up a club for the first time, knowing that I could compete in that way was very empowering. And I know how important it is for executive women to be able to be in those spaces, to play in spaces where historically we were never included. And that's what this is about. This is about bringing these women in and feeling comfortable and confident in spaces that historically
this is about
have not
race
welcomed
baiting
us.
and you getting
But as a
votes and
result of
pretending
her
to care
leadership
about the
and vision,
Latinas.
we are now on this 16th year.
Because if you
of
cared
journey,
about
and
the
there's some familiar
Latinas,
faces
you'd
of some
demand that
pretty
De Leon
powerful
step
Latinas
down
that I've had
after
the
what he had
privilege of
said about
knowing
all
over the
those
course of my
Latinos
career.
and blacks
And I
and
think that's
Asians
what's really
and
special and
Jews.
remarkable. This is for Latinas,
But-
by Latinas.
but you don't talk about
and that's
that,
what this
bitch.
is about. This is about lifting each other up and breaking cycles that have
In
historically
fact, you
kept
guys
us
all
down.
said together
And
you
so
don't
with that,
stand
I'm
for
really
it and you
proud
want to get rid of him, but yet
introduce
he's
Azucena,
still here.
Who's an incredible visionary, but of course it wouldn't
We'll
come
talk about
along,
that.
It wouldn't have reached this remarkable history without all of the women that you see behind me and the countless others that have
Sick,
been
Chrome.
part of this effort,
White
including
devil.
members of my staff who are continuing to help to find their space as a result.
Why can't it
of
just be
programs
golfers
like
for
this.
women
So at this time,
that
I'd
are
like
actual
to
women that
invite
don't have
and welcome
penises who think they're women because they get into a dress? You know, wearing a dress, playing woman doesn't make you a woman.
Council member, we are
Just because you're
honored
LARPing
and humbled
doesn't
by
make
this
you a woman.
recognition.
I
Not
can put
only
on a
because it
doctor
puts
coat right now. It
spotlight
doesn't make
on
me
the
a
work that
doctor,
we're
even though I
doing in
slept
the
at a Holiday Inn
community,
last night.
But because it puts a spotlight on the opportunities that our community can benefit from when we get involved in the sport of golf.
Men will
Over the
never
last
be
16
women.
years, we have
Men will
introduced
never have kids.
thousands
Men
of
can't
Latinx youth,
menstruate.
not only to
That's
the
all
game
mental
of golf,
illness.
but to careers
Straight mental
in
illness.
the golf industry, because we are all
Mentally
welcome
ill.
in this space. What we have learned is that golf does break down cultural and gender barriers, and it puts us in a space and equal footing with anyone who steps foot on the golf course.
Yes, now
And as you can
they're
see
all equal
behind
because
me,
now
as
they swing
Councilmember
golf
has
clubs on the
mentioned,
golf course.
we have an amazing cohort of Latinas from Los Angeles County that have joined us, that are now empowered because they can now use golf as a strategic business tool to enhance their personal and professional
I'd like to meet how many of these
lives.
ladies actually
We
got shit
have,
done on the golf course
Councilmember,
besides
over
hitting a golf ball.
3,000
Who's eating
members
Krispy
just
Kremes back
in
there while
LA
they're fucking
County.
talking?
And of course, we're in other places as well, Northern California.
Oh,
San
man, I'm going to
Diego,
need some
the Inland
sugar. I'm going to
Empire,
sleep.
and
Give me a
even
Krispy
Texas.
Kreme.
So
Oh, that
we
has to be
are
Mr.
so
Herman. It is.
grateful
Look, it's Mr.
for
Herman
this
eating Krispy Kreme.
recognition
Look at his
and
mouth.
to have you as one of our sisters in this
Oh,
beautiful
fucking Mr.
camaraderie
Herman.
that we
Always the
enjoy by the
donuts.
game of golf. Mil gracias.
Give me a twister. Make it two. Hold the flag. Certainly, guys. Holy
Thank you.
moly donut
And
shop.
so, colleagues,
Excuse me, to the folks who are here, I'm sorry, there won't be any disruption to this council meeting by shouting out or by making those sorts of sounds, by dancing and distracting attention of the council members. It won't be tolerated, and you'll be removed from the council chambers if you do that. So I'm going to instruct everyone. This is the only warning anyone is going to get. There will be no disruption of this council meeting, period.
Like I
All
said,
right.
I'm not a
Councilmember Rodriguez.
Look,
Thank you,
Robert,
Mr.
I'm not
President.
against
And so with
women
that,
golfing. In
colleagues,
fact, I'm very for it.
Please join me in celebrating this
But not when
remarkable
it's
accomplishment
excluding
of
everybody
these
else
incredible
but one
women
group.
who show up every
Should
day
be
in
lady
their respective
golfers who
professional
are actual
lives
ladies.
for one another,
Not a man
for
in
our
a dress who
community,
thinks she's
but
a
more
lady hitting the
importantly,
ball
showing up for
300
each
while
other.
they're hitting it
And that's what
240.
this is all about. And I just,
Okay?
I'm
That's
really
what I
proud
mean.
of the work that
Get
you've
angry
done.
at me,
And of course,
wanna
the
kill me,
incredible
do what
support
you need
from
to
all the
do.
women that continue to show up for each other.
I know you're
in
not
this
saying
space.
that. I'm
Because
just
this
telling
is
you
how
how
we're
I
going to
feel.
actually
That's
change
it.
the tide of how Latinas are actually revered in professional
One of these days,
spaces.
maybe it'll be just
And
about
this is what you
human
do when you
beings,
work with
whatever color,
intentionality.
race,
This
or
is what we've
age,
got.
or
So I'm really proud of you
size,
guys.
or
Congratulations.
economical background that you are.
Thank you very
Maybe
much.
it'll
I'd
be
like to
that way
recognize
someday, but
Councilmember
not today.
McCosker. Followed, I'm sorry. Sorry, Councilmember McCosker. You were the first to stand, but I'd like to recognize Councilmember Harris
Yes,
Dawson.
Asians
followed
do
by
have a ton of
Councilmember-
women golfers.
Thank you so
They do.
much.
Asian folks love to
Thank
golf.
you so much, Mr. President and Mr. McCosker. And thank you so much, Councilwoman Rodriguez, for bringing this presentation and these women here. You are
That's
in the
it,
spirit
Randy.
of
They're
Los
race
Angeles,
baiters.
barrier breakers, going in places
They
where
try
they
to hit
say
every
we
little
can't go,
spot
we
so they can
don't
get all their
belong,
little votes.
and places that
These
were
dummies
created
go
for
in and
other
vote for him
people,
every time and then wonder why the city
specifically
looks
to
like
exclude
shit.
us. Walking right
Like
up to
him,
the
he's
door,
a
knocking and
DEI
not
hire.
going
They
away
hired
until
him
they
because
let
he
you
was
in.
black. He's the new
This
president
is
because he's
near and
black,
dear
not because
to
he
my
was the
heart. I'll
best,
talk
because
about
he was the
myself for a
black
second.
dude. They needed the
Folks
black
know I went to a
president. Get rid of the
historically
old
black
white
college
man.
in the South. And one of the things that happens when you're a freshman is
So that's how that
they
works.
put a golf stick in your hand. And they say
golf stick
everybody's going to
or a
learn
club?
to play golf because that's
Stick
where
or
the deals
club?
gets made. And that's where
calls it a golf stick?
you get excluded. And so you're going to learn this and you're going to know how to go on those courses and relate. So I'm
Golf
so
stick.
overjoyed to see you all, and anything we can do
Thank
to
you.
be helpful and to bring forward your cause, we want to be first in line to do so. So again, thank you all so much, Latina golfers, and thank you, Councilwoman Rodriguez.
Thank you so much, Lamont.
Thank you. Councilmember McCosker, followed by Councilmember Padilla.
Thank you very much, Councilman Rodriguez.
I need to get a
This
new
is a
set of
fantastic
sticks.
presentation.
Yes, golf.
Emrod and I kind of grew up with the same sort of history. Both
a hockey
kids
stick.
of firefighters.
Not
and
a golf
The Firefighters
stick.
Association had a great golf network.
I don't know, man.
That my dad and brother and your dad participated in.
Something
And in my
he
dad's
uses on
experience,
his
it's not
on
dissimilar.
the
I
black-only
mean, his thing
golf
was,
courses out
Listen,
here.
this isn't just a sport for rich guys. This is a
It's the
great
reverse of
opportunity
Augusta.
To, have, to be athletic and to have some camaraderie with people. And so from a early youth, my dad
You didn't
made
miss
all
nothing,
six of
Tilly,
us swing a
but it's
club,
good to see
including
you.
my sister. And he
I
tried to
just
get my
sat
mom to
down.
golf, but
Everybody
she
been
hated
sitting
it.
here by themselves.
And as I grew up, I realized this knowing how to golf became something I just do client golf and charity golf. And that's what you're really talking about. You're talking about those networks that exist out
Gonna
there
chase?
that everybody needs to be a
REO
part of.
Speedwagon
And my brother
announces
Pat,
retirement.
Who's been an avid golfer and he's on.
Didn't even
he's
know
been
they
on
were
golf
touring
commissions.
anymore.
His Latina wife loves golf,
REO
and they golf
Speedwagon.
together and they coach golf to youth at our old high school. And so it really is wonderful that we take
they've
these
retired.
old aristocratic games
Oh, an
like
aristocrat.
golf and say everybody gets to play. And that's why it's really important, members, to stick up for our municipal courses. We need to make sure municipal courses remain
Shut up,
open
white
and
man.
accessible.
Shut up,
County
white
courses,
man.
Municipal courses, golf
Let's
for
get
all.
some Latino
I still
folks to
only
talk
do
about the Latino folks.
charity
You white
golf
devils
because
should
it's
shut
not
up and
my
sit
thing,
down.
But it's so important to be there, to show up for people. So thank you. Thanks. This is a great presentation.
Sit down
Appreciate
there, buckethead.
Thank
All
you.
right, everybody.
Councilmember Padilla, followed by Councilmember Soto Martinez.
So I also want to thank you, Councilmember
See if she
Rodriguez, for
snorts.
this great presentation. When I saw that you all were coming, I got
She's
really
sniffing?
excited. And I do want to be the person to apologize for sometimes the rowdiness that happens in this building because you don't deserve it. A lot of the members that are part of your club are some of the Latinas that are day in and day out utilizing their success and their privilege to actually give back to our communities. So I know that, in addition to your goal, which is to create space and equal footing for those of us who came from communities where we had to work our tail off to get into those good colleges,
Everybody
become
did.
the executives in our organizations, recognizing that there was a gap, though.
So you're
that
saying
there's
you're
a
the
gap
only ones
in
that had
being
to
in
work
those roles
hard?
where the decisions
Is
were
that what
made.
you're saying? Because
when
you're
I first
Latino?
heard about you guys,
Blacks,
I remember
whites,
thinking it was a great
Asians
model.
don't have to?
And I
Hey,
continue
what
to
are
get
you doing?
invited, but I'm just really hard-headed, and I just keep telling myself I'm not into golf. I was never good at miniature golf, so it's hard for me
Kinda
to really
cool
get
here
into
today,
it.
Bruns. No
But,
joke. It was in the 50s.
now that I've been in this
54
capacity
this
for about
morning.
a year,
It's kinda cold.
It's been really
LA, that's
interesting
cold.
how
54.
many times I'm getting invited to play golf with a ton of men, and I tell myself, okay, I have to go to Latina Z to at least break the ice because there really isn't a space for me. So thank you again for the work that you do and for all the individual stories that you chingona Latina women do every day for our community. You deserve nothing but respect for what you do and how you give back. Feliz Dia Hispanic Heritage Month.
Looks like she was about to.
you.
She got
Councilmember
that
Soto
Adderall
Martinez, followed
dripping.
by
And
Councilmember
hey,
De
did you
Leon.
see him in the background with his nightgown
I
on?
just want to echo everything that was said by
Korean shrimp
so
is
many of
there.
the folks that have spoken today, and for bringing all these amazing mujeres here today. You know, I mean, I don't want to repeat what everything said. They're breaking barriers, saying, you know what, we belong there, even though you've been excluded over generations.
Thank you for doing all of what you do.
I'm not surprised to hear that you have a good drive. That is very it's par for the course. I know it was a Jonas par for the course. But again, in this month, let's keep uplifting las mujeres latinas, las mujeres poderosas, and let's keep breaking more barriers in the city because we know we need it more than ever. Thank you so much.
Keeping
Thank you.
stereotypes
Councilmember
alive,
De Leon,
yes.
followed by Councilmember
Keeping
Hernandez.
racial divide
Thank you much,
alive,
Mr.
yes.
President.
And let's
Mr.
get the
Rodriguez,
guy
I
in here that
wanna
talked
congratulate
about
you for
Latinos, called them indios and everything else.
Amazingly strong.
And let's pretend like he cares about you too.
Golf, as we know, has always been a bastion of other folks other than people
Cat's
of color.
right here fucking around with
And
everything.
to be Latina women in this space is quite amazing. I'll share with you a personal story. Is I
Oh,
have-
nobody cares about
she's
your
my
personal
cousin, but
story.
She's more like my niece,
Cabron.
Melanie. My uncle started her on public golf courses.
Bought her a little
And these
set of
public
golf
golf
sticks.
courses were like not even brown fields. These public golf courses were dirt. You know, dirt. The type of golf courses where, you know, they all gather and there's 6-packs or 12-packs or cases outside the
So there you go,
parking lot
stereotypes
everywhere.
of all
Well,
the
that's where she
Latinos
started
drunk.
as a young child.
Fantastic.
At these dirt public golf courses.
What a fantastic
And
tale.
My uncle just kept taking her.
I didn't
every
say it,
day,
he did.
Every weekend. A golf bag that was from Target, I think, at the time. Just the cheapest golf clubs you
Target
can
golf
imagine.
bags? I didn't know Target sold golf
And
bags. But all right.
Today, her handicap
Big five,
is
yes.
2. She has a handicap of 2. She got a scholarship to university. She's a number. She said she just texted me. She alternates between number 1 and number 2 on the golf team. She just finished her internship this summer at Callaway in Carlsbad, and it is this young, beautiful
Jemco golf.
Mexicana going to Mexico City, going to Guadalajara, playing in the tournaments there. I was texting her the other day, "Where are you, mija?" He says, "I'm in
Where are
Hawaii."
you,
"What are you doing in
mija?
Hawaii? No, no tienes dinero." He said, "No, I'm here with the golf team. You know, I'm here playing on the golf team." So she's going to Hawaii, she's going to Texas, she's going to Colorado. She's proud of who she is and her culture. She's proud of where she
What's up,
comes
Olive
from.
Garden? You're just in
And
time.
she's playing like in Torrey Pines. She's playing in
Olive
Carlsbad.
Garden's
La
yeah, I don't want you to
Costa.
hire any
She's
more
gone
white
and
folks.
played at,
Only
Pebble.
people of color.
But she was always proud of who she is, and she knows where she comes from.
White people
she
are
knows
the
where
devil.
She started on
Olive
those public
Garden.
golf courses, the dirt public golf courses. If she had brown, grass, it would have been a luxury for them right there, But
What is
she
he
represents
talking
our
about?
community extremely, extremely well. And it is because of young Latina women as
What's
of
up,
you
Aunt Esther?
who are
How are
given
you?
these opportunities, just
woke
like
up
the
late.
Serena Williams
up
and
late
Venus
listing
Williams from
cards.
Compton. Like they came out of nowhere, and it was the father who
Thank you for-
invested and just their
for,
talent and their drive,
Going along with the
is
plan,
what you're
Olive
providing.
Garden.
So maybe we'll have more Ochoas, in the future. Although she's from Mexico, in the future and what it
Look at
means
his finger.
for all
Look at
of
his
us.
finger
just
right there.
God bless
Look at his
you for what
finger.
you do.
Look at his
My
finger
heart
behind
goes
her
to you,
head.
y muchas gracias, and keep on going.
Turn
Arriba
the
con
camera,
Latina
man. Turn the
Golfers.
camera.
Thank you.
Ay,
Councilmember Hernandez.
culero.
Thank you, Council President. Thank you so much, Councilwoman Rodriguez, for bringing in
Oh,
these
now they got
phenomenal,
this
strong
tank.
women. I really appreciate that y'all have created a space where people can see themselves in. Being in this role, there's not many of us that look like us as council members in this city, and even when you look throughout the different cities within this county. So I'm very excited that this group exists so that
That's
women
beyond
all
fair,
over the city
steadily.
and beyond can think about like, man, maybe I should be playing golf, Maybe I should dip my toes in trying other things and other experiences that our communities rarely talk about if
Rob,
there's not
we need
access.
some help.
And so y'all are creating access. Y'all are creating
Too many
visibility.
injuries
And I
already.
really appreciate
We
that.
do.
So keep on going. Let us know how we can plug in. I
Coup
think
is
it's
gone.
exciting to
Cooper
see.
Cup's
And
gone.
again, thank you, Councilwoman Rodriguez, for uplifting these powerful
Everybody
women.
going
Have a
down.
good one.
Thank you.
I do want to say that we are muni golfers. Our space is municipal golf courses. They are critical to the success of growing the game of golf in our communities. That's where we start. Sure, some of us may end up, being a member of a private country club, but no, we are muni golfers. That's where we are. That's where you're going to find us. And council member, we do have a U.S. Mexican American on the LPGA Tour from Azusa, right here from Southern California, and her name is Lisette Salas, and we welcome all the junior golfers.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Rodriguez to close.
Thank you, colleagues, for helping me celebrate these remarkable women and their example in leadership.
Do I play golf? I used
for
to.
breaking down those barriers, for
Till I
giving
broke
us
my arm.
space in areas that
I
have
have a
historically
plate,
kept us out.
12 screws in
you can keep us
my
out
left
and
arm.
keep us down for so long, but
So after
we're
about,
showing everybody
I don't know,
each and
maybe
every
the
day,
second or third
we're going
hole,
to shift it, and
the
it's going to be
swinging and the
through
pounding of
pushing
the
our way through.
hitting it
when
with the
everyone
golf
tries
stick.
to hold us down, we're going to come back. So
arm will
congratulations
start
on
aching.
16 remarkable
So
years.
I just stopped
Sweet
playing.
16. Congratulations.
We don't, Jokic. We're losing.
All right. Thank you all very much for being with us.
And hopefully we go 500
Madam
this year.
Clerk, I think
don't even know
we
if we'll
can go
do
next
that.
to item 12, which was held on the desk for an amendment by Councilmember Blumenfield. Mr. City Attorney, do you have that
I agree,
amendment to read
Congra.
into the record now?
What's up, Taiji?
Yes.
Smashing,
and so this is
Taiji?
a substitute motion, and from what I've been told, that it really only adjusts some of the report back requirements. So it is long, but the changes are to the report back requests. So the motion reads that I move that the council adopt the following recommendations. 1, instruct the Chief Legislative Analyst, CLA, to report to council with the following. In coordination with the city's Chief Heat Officer and the Climate Emergency Management Office, a summary of policies regarding synthetic grass or artificial turf in jurisdictions with climate and water supply issues analogous to Los Angeles and their heat impacts, and identify state, academic, nonprofit, advocacy, and labor partners for advanced peer-reviewed study on how jurisdictions should regulate
Old
artificial
Pumpkinhead
grass
combed his hair today, real nice.
in
Look at
order
that.
to set a standard to eradicate, quote, forever chemicals,
Old Pumpy.
address drastic heat issues,
49ers
maintenance,
by
staffing,
7.5
and costs,
already.
water
Oh.
use and liability issues on artificial turf
I don't think it'll be that
compared
close.
to natural turf in order to clarify true costs
know,
of
Niners are coming
artificial
off a
turf
loss, though.
versus natural turf for recreational activities citywide, including at LAUSD and the Community College District. This study should also include considerations relating to waste,
Hell yeah, he's
recycling,
possessed. I told you
and
that a long
plastics
time ago he's a
elimination
fucking weirdo.
as a goal of overall policy. B, in coordination with the Department of Recreation and
I don't
Parks,
play with him.
the Department of General Services,
biting and
and the
shit.
Department of Water and Power,
Fucking motherfuckers
an
up.
analysis of on-site life cycle water use of current city synthetic turf / artificial grass fields versus water use would have been for real grass fields. C, in coordination with the Department of Recreation and Parks, an analysis of the downtime required for maintenance and upkeep of synthetic turf / artificial grass fields versus real grass fields and its impacts on the availability of the park for disadvantaged communities.
Do I still
D,
have my golf clubs?
in
Yes.
coordination with the Department of Recreation and Parks and the Department of General
But
Services.
that's also because it's
an
more
analysis
like
of life cycle costs.
it was a gift to
including
me.
Installation,
Chester gave me a
operation,
set of
and
golf
maintenance
clubs
for
so I
different
could go
types
golfing
of
with
turf
him.
surfaces.
And
In coordination with the
so
Department
in like
of Building
memory
and
of
Safety
him, I'm gonna keep
and the
him
Bureau of
always,
Engineering
not to
on
throw 'em away.
recommendations to update our building
pretty
code
cool driver with
regarding
flames on
synthetic
it.
turf /
Has
artificial
flames like an
grass,
old hot rod had
requiring
flames
industry
on the
best
hood.
practices
My driver
to
has
prevent
flames
rubber
on it.
fill material runoff, limit heat effects, and to limit and eventually eliminate the
a hard
use
sport,
of PFAS
Andrew.
in synthetic turf / artificial
I'd say
grass
tennis and
used
golf
in the
is the
city.
hardest two sports I've
F,
ever played in my life.
In coordination with the Los Angeles Department
Golf
of Water
sticks,
and
yeah,
Power.
sorry, Natalie.
Report
Golf
on incentives and rebate programs to remove and replace synthetic turf and artificial grass and encourage the transition to California-friendly landscapes.
Golf is hard.
G, in coordination with the
Unless
city
you're
administrative
Stefan.
officer, Recreation and Parks, and the General
That sounds
Service
pretty
Division,
good, man.
and
He went from
other impacted departments as needed.
not knowing how to
Report
play
council
to
on the
2 years
budgetary
later or
and
3 years
policy
later in the
changes needed in
hitting in
order
the
to ensure
90s.
that all city agencies adhere
That's
to the
not
intent
bad
of
for
this
somebody who's
policy.
not a pro golfer.
H. In consultation with the Los Angeles
Tennis is
Unified
hard,
School
Cordy.
District, the Los Angeles
Difficult.
Community
That
College
lateral
District,
movement,
private schools, and commercial properties
hand-eye
provide
coordination, being
options and
fast.
recommendations to incentivize the replacement of synthetic grass or artificial turf on school playgrounds, athletic fields, and other uses, or to utilize the best practices
kid,
when
90s
installing
golfer?
or replacing synthetic grass or artificial
Basketball
turf.
and billiards. I used to play billiards in high school. I had a
I,
friend named Gerardo.
In coordination
we
with
go to the Hollywood
LADWP,
billiard spot up here.
recommendations to limit
Rent
or
out
end the
a
practice
billiard.
of
You know, 'cause we
watering
didn't have
or
billiard.
synthetic
Nobody
turf
we knew had a
and
billiard
artificial
table.
lawn.
We certainly didn't have them.
Instruction number 2. Instruct the
You live in
Recreation and
apartments,
Parks
you're not
and
having a
request the
billiard table.
LADWP
It ain't happening.
to immediately
That's a
begin
house
work
thing.
on a study that will reveal true maintenance costs needed to keep active recreation fields in good condition
But it was
and
fun.
provide
I enjoyed
citywide
it.
access across all districts. This
I
study
do
shall
play
include
pocket
the
pool.
following.
That I do,
A.
Smith.
Comparisons between synthetic and natural fields in the
Need an
areas of
earthquake
water
right now?
consumption, weed and pest abatement, field wear, including downtime for field repair and replenishment, heat mitigation, comparisons between natural and synthetic surfaces, and potential liability concerns between material types and state of good repair. B. Overview of
You love
what the
playing
RAP
pocket
has
pool?
done to address disparities between synthetic and natural fields. RAP staff shall
Volleyball?
engage with a variety of active sports associations, youth sports associations,
9-ball is fun.
parents associations, and environmental organizations in this study.
Throwing darts? I've never
Instruction number
done
3.
darts, like
Instruct
legitimate
the CAO
darts.
and the RAP and request the LADWP
Shout
to
out to Irving.
identify partners
Irving
and
is a
funds for the
darts
study
player. I call
needed.
him the Dart Knight.
Instruction number
Like
4.
the Dark Knight.
Instruct
Batman.
the Bureau of
He's the
Sanitation
Dark
with the
Knight.
assistance of the LADWP to report to council with recommendations on the environmental and financial impacts associated with the processing of synthetic grass waste in order
Yeah,
to
Brandon,
not
we're rough
affect
right
the
now.
recharge
Rams are
of
rough.
groundwater aquifers, soils, and biodiversity within the Los Angeles region. And instruction number 5. Instruct the Bureau of Street Services, Urban Forestry Division, and the Investigation and Enforcement Division to work with the CLA, the CEMO, and all agencies with respect to the artificial turf policy with regard to the city's tree canopy and soil health. And this motion is being presented by Councilmember Blumenfield, Councilmember Gregorian, and is being seconded, I believe, by Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
All right, and I can confirm that, and Councilmember Yaroslavsky confirms her
picking his
second.
foot up to
so
push
thank
me
you
away.
very much.
Big baby.
Okay, so we'll hold that on the desk until after public
what you're
comment. We
doing?
can
You're
go
swinging
next
tails?
to item 13.
Light incoming. That's it. I know. I'm standing back.
Madam Clerk, item 13.
Big
So
baby.
on item 13,
I love him, though. Even though he bites ladies so
Mr.
many
Blumenfield,
times.
if you could hold just one moment. Mr. Price, you were accusing on
Yeah,
item
get the
13,
fuck
so I'd
outta
like
here,
to ask if
Mr.
you could
Price.
please exit and be taken
Get out of
off the
here,
roll.
Grady. Get the fuck out of here, Grady.
Okay,
Get
Councilmember
the
Price
fuck outta here,
is
Grady.
off the roll and not in the room. I'd like to recognize Councilmember Blumenfield.
Just, I'd like to move the BFI report on this item.
Second.
Oh, shady Grady over there.
Since public hearing was satisfied, the council may now vote on 13
Yeah,
now,
they
sir.
threw his ass
Okay,
out because he
item
can't
13
be
is now
he can't be
before us,
here. He's
members.
recused himself.
The BFI report.
The BFI report
Get the
is now
fuck
before
outta
us
here.
on item 13. Do any members wish to be heard? All right.
Come
seeing
on,
none,
let's
go
get
ahead
it.
and open the roll. Close the roll.
Don't go back, Jack.
Votes.
14 ayes.
Don't come back, Jack.
All right, very good. Thank you, members. We can go next to the public comment portion of our meeting. So I'd
Fucking
like to ask the
finally.
clerk and the city attorney to please read in the
Finally.
instructions for comment.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mr. President. As indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public comment should call 669-254-5252 and
There's the
use
number to
meeting
call in
ID
if you guys
number
wanted to voice your opinions.
160-535-8466, then press pound. Press pound again when prompted for
one,
participant
Punisher.
ID Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it's your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute. Again, call 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466, then press pound. Press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it's your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute.
Yeah, this shit's
People
torture.
providing public comment, when it is your turn to speak, either at the podium or on the phone,
Just let us
please
go.
state which of the agenda items you'd like to speak to. You will have 1 minute per item, up to 3 minutes total for the items open for public comment. We will tell you when your time is up. When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Many speakers as we can. If you are not on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you are on topic, you will get one brief warning from me or the council president. At that point, you need to get immediately and clearly on topic. If you do not do so, or if you again stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time,
What's up, Mayor?
and we will move on to the next speaker. The items that are open for public comment on the agenda are items 1 through 4, item number 12, with regards to the substitute motion, and items 14 through 32. So again, let me repeat. The items that are open for public comment are items 1 through 4, item number 12 regarding the substitute motion, and items
Vote
14
Serrano,
through
that's it.
32.
Shout out to Richard.
Members of the public may also speak for up to 1 minute for general public comment. During general public comment, members of the public may speak to any of the items or anything else in the city's subject matter jurisdiction. For members of the public calling in, when it is your turn to speak, an automated message from Zoom will prompt you to press star 6 to unmute yourself. If you do not do so, council staff will prompt you once more. At that point, you need to immediately unmute yourself, or unfortunately, you will forfeit your time and we will have to move on to the next caller. Finally, because of a brief time delay between the live meeting and the broadcast, 2 things are important. First, while waiting for your turn to speak, please keep an ear to the phone so you know in real time when it is your turn to press star 6 to unmute. Second, if you're listening to this meeting on another device, please turn down the volume on that device immediately when it's your turn to speak. Between the time delay and feedback, it will cause a great deal of confusion if you continue to listen on your other devices. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So I'm going to call a number of names. As I call your name, please make your way to the left-hand side of
Herman?
the council chambers, where our sergeants will
He's
be able
coming
to
in
direct
last.
you up to the podium. You don't need to speak in the order that I call you, but please don't line up until I call your name so that we can manage the line a little bit. I would like to let you know that, as the city attorney just made clear, item 5 has been continued for 1 week at the request of Councilmember Rahman. So we will be taking that up next week. Public comment on that item has already been satisfied in any event. You are welcome to, if you signed up for item number 5, you're welcome to speak about it in general public comment. But because there are many speakers and we still have to take speakers on the phone as well, I may not get to everyone. And so I apologize in advance if that's the case, but with general public comment, we can't always take all the speakers who sign up. But we'll do the best to get through as many as we can. So if you can speak...
If you'd shut the fuck up and stop having all the golfers and everything else in there, we could get through all of them.
Say
How
you
about
agree
that,
with the
dumb
previous
fuck?
speaker, or otherwise we'll be able to take more speakers.
We didn't have
if,
17 motherfuckers knee bending to get their votes in their
with
district
that,
for the Latina
I'm gonna
Golfers
start
for an hour.
calling our
Maybe we would be able to have it
speakers,
all in
starting
there.
with
Maybe.
Donald Harlan.
Oh, Donald Harlan.
Jamie Israeli.
Jamie Israeli.
Somebody who signed up with CCP.
That's got to be fucking Herman. Who else is going to put CCP? Oh, maybe 3-inch shrimp?
Tiffany Henyard.
Oh, that's 3-inch
Rob
shrimp.
Kwan.
Rob Kwan's there.
Alonso Landeros.
Yeah, 3-inch shrimp is Tiffany Henyard.
Ana Martinez.
CCP is Herman. Pretty sure that's Herman.
Anna Chan.
All right, put it in the chat room.
Carlos
Yes or no?
Gonzalez.
CCP, is it yes or no, Herman?
Carmen
I'm going on
Ortiz.
yes. My vote's for yes. There's 2. There's 3. 4.
Stacy
5.
Cigar Bollinger.
Yeah, Tiffany Hinyard's there. There's
Esmeralda
one. Bart says
Negrete.
no. Bart's the only one right now that says no in all the rooms.
Georgina Serrano.
sorry, says no as well.
Lisa Hart.
Everybody else is for the yes. Let's see who's going to win. Is it going to be the 2?
Natalie.
Is Mac and Park going to win? Or is it the whole room besides those
Ogui
2 gonna
Toscano.
win? Let's see.
Terry Saucier. Tommy Pikes III.
Paging Mr. Herman.
Vidal Rivas. Okay, that's a good start. All right, first speaker, please.
Mr. Harlan, get up in there. I see Mr. Harlan standing right there in the white T-shirt. Oh, look who's here.
Good morning. So you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for
Mr.
general.
Herman, which name did you sign up under?
CCP.
Well, the first name you called.
No, which name did you sign up under?
Yes, I signed up as Harlem.
Sorry?
The name
so you
just
signed up
asked me.
under the name Donald Harlan.
Yeah.
Is Donald Harlan here?
No,
Okay, go ahead.
I'm
then.
here. May I proceed?
So you have
So
3
we're
minutes
all
for the items
Part
and 1 minute
and
for
Mac
general.
are the
Please begin
winners.
with the items.
That's awesome. Part Mac?
Alcohol.
Alcohol?
Alcohol is good for you people. It helps reduce inflammation to the mind when you're going through mental health crises. It's actually
I like the fuck mayor.
de-escalating method when you're dealing with the fucking police. And every Trader
Mac.
Joe's should sell alcohol because I shop at Trader Joe's because Trader Joe's is part of my community because I'm a white nigger too.
Aye.
And the one located at 9224th North Reseda Boulevard is a good place to get fucked up. So when any one of you white motherfuckers or a wetback like me want to show up to Reseda, I'll buy you a 40 with Kevin DeLeon and we'll drink to that. Then,
Any of you white motherfuckers.
regarding the conviction of
It's too funny.
these apprehensions of people getting killed, well, don't be a snitch. Don't ever be a snitch because the police will not protect you. The DA won't protect you if you're a snitch. The FBI might protect you. As you heard, Donald Trump was going to be assassinated for the second time by a Democrat. So I'm not a snitch because, as John Walsh, Hollywood Highland would say, snitches get stitches, and for $50, no motherfucker's gonna snitch on anyone. I want that to increase to at least $1 million so I can get the fuck out of Los Angeles and get the fuck out of this bullshit of identifications for conviction of people's death, because California is a shithole to live, a shit place run by this itty-bitty, tiny
Okay, so you're on general public comment now?
I'm on 22, and 23 talks about
You're off
conviction.
topic. Speak to the topics.
Okay, so let's go to sleeping or storing and using your property. Don't let me down.
Beatles?
Don't let me down. Against sitting
Isn't that
and
the Beatles?
lying and sleeping or storing when monitoring my personal property. I'm not trying to obstruct the public right away.
You can go to general public comment now.
Now, you see, folks, you see what they do to America? They use David O'Connor.
Mr. Herman, this is your opportunity to speak to
I
this body,
have
not the
floor.
general public.
I'm on non-general fucking public
Yes,
comment.
and that's fine, but you
I'm
need to address
addressing
this
the
body.
public. We the people.
So if you're going to address the public,
no,
that is
you
not
hold
on
my
topic.
time because I'm addressing we the fucking people. This is our house, right?
This is not your opportunity to speak to the people. It's your opportunity to speak to the council.
Mr.
Otherwise, you'll
Carter,
sit down.
The federal judge told Steve Soberoff, a developer, a one-time park commissioner, to fuck off and put up housing for the homeless. For veterans. Are you a vet? Are you a fucking vet, you shriveled up piece of shit Armenian? Tell me now. Fuck the Marines, you simplified fucking fag. Fuck you.
All right.
Your time has expired. Sit down and be quiet. Now, to those who aren't used to hearing these antics, I apologize for some of the language that is used by some of our speakers. It's something we just have to tolerate here in the interest of comment. But I am going to ask everybody, please do not yell into the microphone, as Mr. Herman was just doing, because we have someone here who's trying to translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English who will wear headphones. And if you yell into the microphone, you may actually damage that person's hearing. So please do not do that. Trust us, we can hear you. Which name did you sign up under?
Face. Look at his face. Look at his
Good morning,
face.
City Attorney. Good morning, President Nuri Martinez.
Nice nightgown.
My name is Tiffany Henyard, and I would like to speak on item 1, 2, 3, and the general public comment.
This is classic
Okay, so you have
gold.
3
This
minutes
is
for the
real
items
gold
and
right
1
here,
minute for
ladies and
general.
gentlemen.
Please begin with the items.
Start with number 1. 你说最近常想起我的小手和小脚，小手长大后再没有跟你要过拥抱。年幼的我在你背上留下多少欢笑，可现在回家才发现你们悄悄勒弯的腰。多少次把我扶起，转身又摔了一跤。抬头的一瞬间，总看到你疼爱的微笑。如今不在你身边，你千万可别摔倒。叫一声爸妈，能有人回答比啥都重要。你说养儿养女为了防老，可你总说自己过得挺好。辛辛苦苦把我养大，我却没在你身边尽孝。你们一定要把自己照顾好，等我等待成为你们的骄傲。看着你们黑发变白发，我怕你们再等不了。
Chinese
是不
bars.
是我们不长大，我们就不会再变老？是不是我们在撒撒娇，你们还能把我举高高？是不是这辈子不放手，下辈子我们还能遇到？是不是？下辈子我一定好好听话，不再让你们操劳。你说最近常想起我的小手和小脚，小手长大后并没有再和你要过拥抱。年幼的我在你身边留下多少欢笑，可现在回来才发现你们悄悄勒弯的腰。Item number 2。我酿的酒喝不醉我自己，你唱的歌却让我一醉不起。我愿意陪你翻过雪山，穿越戈壁。
Stinks is out. He's like, I'm out of here.
不辞而别，还断绝了所有的消息。心上人，我在可可托海等你。他们说你嫁到了伊犁。是不是因为那里有美丽的那拉提，还是那里的杏花才能酿出你要的甜蜜？ Item number 3。毡房外悠悠驼铃声声响起，我知道那一定不是你。再没人能唱出像你那样动人的歌曲，再没有一个美丽的姑娘让我难忘记。心上人，我在可可托海等你。他们说你嫁到了伊犁，是不是因为那里有美丽的那拉提，还是那里的杏花？
General public comment.
General public comment. Mr. City Attorney, I would like to call a ceasefire in the City Hall, in this council chamber. So in the past several weeks, I have heard the member of the my friend Candido, and then sometimes the friend of the smoking skunk. They were fighting for each other. So I would like to calling a ceasefire. So instead of fighting each other with our own, let's unite each other together.
So that has
Let's have a
nothing to do with the
peaceful-
jurisdiction of the
let's have
city
a
council. So
peaceful,
speak to an
city
item that the
council-
council has
city
jurisdiction
council
over.
meeting. And then I would like to invite
Your
all
fan
of our
club
friends,
has nothing to do with the
so
city
we can
council.
just have a respect each other,
Let's
have
go.
a peace
Okay,
each other.
thank you. Your
have a
time's
respect.
expired. Please
I'm
have a
down.
seat.
Let's get the smoking skin
Thank you.
going.
Your time is expired.
Shop
Thank
of
you. Have a
3 and
seat. Your
shrimp.
time is expired. Sit down and be silent.
Thank you, 3 and
Okay,
shrimp.
he's continuing to disrupt the meeting, and for the
at his
dozens
face.
of
So
people
angry.
who are here standing in line, waiting for their opportunity to speak. Again, I apologize for the delay. We have some people who come here. Mr. Herman, stop it. We have some people who come here every single meeting simply to waste time
Love
and
it.
delay the work of the council. So I apologize for
The
those
work
who
of the
have to
council. You
wait
mean sitting there
their
and
turn
listening to
speak
people.
about actual work
pretending
of the
to.
actual council. So I
What work are you
apologize. Sir,
doing?
Go right ahead.
You disgusting
Hello,
fuck.
my name
What are
is,
you doing?
Carlos Gonzalez. I'm a
You ain't doing
community
shit.
organizer
Sitting
with
on your
SAGE.
fucking old ass.
I live in Council District number 9. And I'm here
Thank you,
to
Tons.
push
Let's
that,
get it.
That the current Tahoe is weak and unenforceable. Furthermore, the
That's it.
tenant
Ceasefire in the
anti-harassment
chambers.
ordinance must include provisions such as ensuring landlords are fined when they are found in violation of ordinance, instituting triple damages when landlords willfully engage in
Triple
harassment.
damages, huh?
And it must include remedies for tenants such as emotional damages.
So I tell you what, when you miss
Without
rent or you're
consequences
late,
for
I want
harassment,
triple the
landlords
rent.
will
How's about
continue
that?
to
It's
ignore
only even.
Tahoe. So
You
we
want
need
even, right?
Tahoe
Equal.
2.0.
Equality, right?
Thank you.
You want
Thank you.
equality, right?
Next speaker, please.
Okay, so when you're late, I want triple the rent
morning.
because you're
Which items
fucking
would you like
late.
to speak
My
to?
name is Ana Martinez. I am a Chirla.
And I assure you, you're more late than they are
Council
fucking
District
not
number
doing what they're
13.
supposed to be doing.
I
Tamayo,
am
thank you,
urging
Tamayo.
all council members to vote yes and pass Tahoe as amended by the Housing and Homeless Committee. The current Tahoe is what
Look at him.
an
Look at him.
enforceable future Housing and Homeless Committee. Future the tenant anti-harassment ordinance must include key provisions such as
Smoking
number
scum.
1,
There's
ensuring
one.
landlords are fined when they are found in violation of the ordinance. Number 2, instituting triple damage when landlord will fully engage in harassment. 3, and must include remedies for tenants such emotional damage. Imagine
Emotional damage.
Miss Rodriguez is not here. Maybe she's hiding.
Thank you. Your
time has expired.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm sorry your time has expired. Next speaker, please. Next speaker, please. I'm sorry, we have other people waiting in line and your time has expired. Next speaker,
Get out
please.
of the way. We don't care. Look at his face. He can't even deal
Good
with
morning.
it.
If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
Sí, hola, buenos días.
Good morning.
Hola, mi nombre es Alonso Landeros y estoy comentario sobre el número 5 en la agenda y comentario público general.
Good morning. My name is Alonso Ganderos, and I want to talk about the item number 5 from the agenda, and also to do a public comment.
I am an ACE member in CD9. I filed my Tahoe complaints in April. LAHD didn't investigate, so the landlord escalated and ended up attacking me with a machete.
What? Come
machete
on.
in front of my child. This first thing that CD9 did was to provide me and my son a psychologist due to the trauma my son and myself are ending. Monica Rodriguez, take back your anti-tenant amendments. how dare are you take away
Speaker,
my
your
rights?
time has expired. We have to move on to the
Oh,
next
Monica
speaker.
Rodriguez, Meg, taking away his
Okay,
rights.
thank you very
He's not
much,
happy
Speaker.
with Monica.
Next
Shocking.
speaker, please.
Thank you, Nanya.
Next
Let's
speaker.
go, Nanya. Thank you. Shocking, huh?
Good
What
morning.
happened to
If you could
the
please remind
Latino
us of the
golfers? I
name you
guess
signed
the
up under
Latino
and the
renters
items you'd
aren't
like to
so
speak to.
happy. The Latino golfers are.
Comentario público.
I want to make a public comment.
So you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Hola, mi nombre es Ana Chan y estoy comentando sobre el número 5 en la agenda y comentario público general.
My name is Anna Chan, and I want to make a comment on
Vivo en
item
el
5 and a public comment.
Distrito 8, el distrito del concejal McCarthy.
I live in District 8.
Pido a todos los concejales a votar sí y aprobar todas las enmiendas aprobadas para Tajo,
I ask all the council members to vote
Para
yes
el
to
Comité de
approve.
Vivienda
Señora,
y
¿puede esperar a
Personas
que
sin hogar.
traduzca? Porque si no, espera un momentito, si la traduzco y después sigue, ¿ok? Quiero que por favor todos voten sí en las enmiendas aprobadas para Tajo. Continúa, señora.
La ley actual de Tajo es débil e inaplicable. Además, la ordenanza contra el acoso a los inquilinos debe incluir protecciones claves.
Okay, so the law of Tahoe now is not
look
enforceable,
okay, you're back,
and
huh?
also the ordinance should include them.
Como garantizar que se multe a los propietarios cuando se descubra que violan la ordenanza.
The property owners should be fined when they violate the ordinance.
Establecer daños triples cuando los propietarios participan deliberadamente en el acoso.
When the property owners are harassing us, they should be also have
Yo soy
established
víctima-
like ordinance for harm, emotional harm.
Yo soy una víctima del acoso.
I am a
por mi
victim of
propietario.
harassment from my land owner, from the property manager.
Yo creo que no es justo que a 9 de la noche llegue el propietario o llegue la real estate que vendió la
That's why we watch,
propiedad
Hawkins.
y se me esté acosando seguidamente.
Okay, so I'm a victim, and it's not
Everybody's
fair
a
that at 9 in
victim.
the evening the owner shows up, or the
2024,
real
the
estate
year of
property owner,
victimhood.
and they come to harassment.
Last year was the
harass
year
me.
of fake oppression.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
This year is
Muchas
the,
gracias,
the
señora.
year
Next
of
speaker, please.
El
victimhood.
siguiente, por favor.
We'll see what 2025 brings.
Good morning.
Good morning.
If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Carmen Ortiz y vengo representando a la organización a la cual ellos me están apoyando y ayudando,
Okay,
Community
good-
Power Community.
Victim
Okay,
Olympics,
so my
yes,
name
Aaron.
is Carmen Ortiz, and I'm here representing the organization that are helping me, Power Community.
Vengo esta mañana para pedirles a ustedes que apoyen la número 5, es contra el acoso del dueño de casa y también por el real estate.
Okay, so I'm coming here this morning to request that please support number
Rob
5
Kwan's next.
against the harassment of the property owners and also against the real estate.
Mi problema es que yo soy una persona incapacitada y me han pedido mi casa. El caso mío es estresante porque me ha puesto ya en una situación.
Okay, so my
Social
problem is
hour
that I
Alice.
am disabled and they ask for my house. This is very stressing. They put me in such situation.
A pesar de mi problema físico que tengo, todavía me ha estado poniendo enferma el estrés, el insomnio, la alta presión y muchas cosas más por esta situación del acoso de la dueña de la casa y el real estate.
So even though I have this physical problem, they're putting me under so much stress that I'm having insomnia and high blood pressure and a lot of stress and many other things due to the harassment of the property owners.
Les pido por favor que apoyen la ley Tahoe número 5. Gracias.
So that's why I'm requesting please support Tahoe Law number 5.
Thank you very
All right,
much.
Mr. Kwan's
Next
coming up.
Muchas gracias, señora.
Let's get it.
Good morning. Which
Haven't heard
items
Rob
would
in
you
a
like to
while.
speak to?
Morning, Grote. I'd like to speak on 28, 29, 12, and general public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and
Give
1 minute
him
for
hell,
general.
Rob.
Please begin with the items.
Item 12 is on turf removal, and I just want to oppose the amendment. I didn't hear it all, but it just sounded a little bit waffly, and I do think this whole turf removal conversation is interesting, because where were we a decade ago? 10 years ago, Mayor Eric Garcetti was speaking to the people at the State of the City and saying turf terminators is leading our city, as that company went on to rip off a bunch of LA residents, fueled by rebates that our government was giving out to install artificial turfs.
That's why I love Rob.
So it's just very interesting where we are a decade later. For
Tell him, Rob.
items 28 and 29, here to speak in support of Mona Field to the Charter Reform Commission. It does not pain me to say this, Council President. That is an excellent choice. This is somebody that has served in electoral politics as a district trustee for the community college, an advocate for good governance, including during the last charter reform process 25 years ago, has strong ties to labor, and that includes serving as the VP of the California Federation of Teachers. Now, Mr. Stein has made some interesting headlines in his heyday, but I'm so pleased with Mona Field that I'm going to treat this whole thing as a package deal and leave it at that. And I also just want to note for all of you, each of these council members is getting paid $1 million in their term to serve the people. So when you come up here to speak, expect them to pay a little bit of attention. For the charter reform process,
Although $1 million ain't shit anymore.
I'm looking forward to
especially here.
seeing who Councilmember Harris Dawson puts on that commission. I hope you were all involved and don't wait until the commission report comes out. For our last redistricting process, there were a lot of problems with that, but in part, the people and our politicians didn't really get involved until maps started to drop. So please take it seriously. We can look to our most recent experience with charter reform, that border rights, Councilmember McCosker. If you had an extra month, maybe a few meetings, we could have gotten that ironed out. That whole proposal to reduce the number of weekly meetings, I don't have a problem with that, as long as it's put in some proper context. You could have required that we have remote comment at committee meetings, or say that at least once a month we have to have an evening meeting. Those would have been some fair exchanges. So I just hope we approach this charter reform process appropriately. For my general public comment, this
so you have
is
1
my
minute.
first time here since July. Now, why is that? In part because I could call in remotely. And this is to the smoke and scan crew. I don't agree with everything you say, but I do support the First Amendment. But I do have to note that it is an abuse of our system to call in repeatedly through a bunch of numbers. I don't really care about their time, but just understand that we have remote comment out of their own graciousness. And we shouldn't take that for granted, because they can get rid of that thing, and then Jason is going to have to drag himself down to City Hall to talk about Figueroa. And he's going to feel a whole lot weirder being that perverted in person. So if we want to have remote public comment, let's treat it with some respect. Thank you.
Mr.
I'll
Kwan,
give it up to
thank
Rob
you
Kwan.
very much. Next speaker, please.
Thank you very much, Rob Kwan. I love
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
Hi, my name is Lisa Hart. I'd like to speak on
Try
general
to act
public
like the
comment
victim
and item
right
12.
there, Kokorn. Yeah, thank you
So you
very
have 1
much,
minute for the
Rob.
item and 1 minute for
We do
general.
so
Please
such
begin with the
hard
item.
work,
Go ahead.
Rob.
With the item?
Fuck that.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you for the shout out, Rob.
I'm
Shout out
with
to you.
the Los Angeles Neighborhood Council Sustainability Alliance. My nibbling, Ellie, grew up playing soccer, often on artificial turf in Portland, Oregon. They report that turf was really hard, that turf burns when they fell, and the burns were really bad. They said you couldn't stand when it was hot. You couldn't stand still. It was like holding a hot potato. They could feel the heat radiating off the field. Ellie said their feet would get burning hot, and they would feel like their feet were melting. Players would spray the soles of their shoes with water during tournaments. And there were days when they couldn't play at all because it was too hot and there were not enough grass fields. This was in Portland, not LA. At some point, you have to ask, what are we doing? And LA didn't know about PFAS or the microplastics bioaccumulating in their body,
General public comment?
or getting in their drinking water, or killing the biome beneath them, or off-gassing greenhouse gases. But they don't play soccer anymore. And I really want to thank Councilmember Blumenfield and especially David Giron for their hard work on this. And President Krikorian, we'd still really, really, really love to meet with you and have a conversation with your office about this. Next, I'd love to talk about the Tahoe 2.0. I'm so grateful to everybody here in the room who is asking for 2.0. I am a very beleaguered, very harassed tenant. When the Tahoe 1.0 came out, I thought this is going to be the reprieve and the relief I need. We haven't gotten it, so let's get the 2.0 for all of us, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Good morning.
Really quickly, I was just thinking about this. I wanted to say it earlier, but I'm just going to stop it for 1 second. They act like they're the victims, like we come in and call these people. First off, I don't tell anybody to call. They just call as they have the right to, just like anybody else does. Okay? Anybody else. They act like they're holier than thou and that now they're the victims, yet they're sitting there making the victims out of everybody every goddamn day with all of their policy. And all of a sudden now they're the poor little baby. Just for expressing opinion. And how many times does their DEI hire hang up on people purposefully?
So the
Hello, my name is Georgina Serrano with Inquilinos Unidos Community Organizer.
Which items would you like to speak to?
General comment and item number 5.
Regardless of smoke and scan.
In our city, every single day, tenants are harassed. And somebody here say, remove emotional damage. Can you explain it what happened if you remove emotional damage for harassment? We need a strong tenant anti-harassment ordinance, and we need to find the person who is committing this kind of crime sometime, because the rise goes to war, to physical damage our tenants. We continue fighting for the rights for tenants, and I hope you have a heart in your body and you understand how important it is for the tenants you support. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
Yes, Terry Saucier, Chair, SoCal
Saucier from San Antone.
Task Force. I'd like to speak on item 12 and general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the item.
We have 46 organizations joining us today and calling for a ban on all new installations of artificial turf. That said, I would like to thank Councilman Blumenfield and his team for authoring this motion. It is a logical first step to make informed decisions on a product that's cropping up in our homes, schools, and parks. We need to understand the real costs of using artificial turf, not only financially, but on our health and the environment. Artificial turf companies make many false claims. We know this because science and real-world experience shows us. Artificial turf does not live up to its promises. It's toxic, containing hazardous chemicals like PFAS and microplastics. Children and athletes who play are at increased risk. And because PFAS, forever chemicals, bioaccumulate, it's especially harmful to children. It pollutes our air, water, and soil. Runoff from artificial turf contaminates drinking waters, rivers, and oceans with microplastics and PFAS. We're finding PFAS in local wells. And EP reports there's no safe amount of PFAS in drinking water. Studies also show 15% of microplastics in our waterways are from artificial turf. It also gets too hot. It can be 80 degrees hotter than the temperatures,
General public comment.
180 or more, leading to increased injuries. Last week at Whitsett Park, on a 112-degree day, the blacktop was 165 degrees. Artificial turf was an alarming 185 degrees. Keep in mind, at 140 degrees, it only takes 5 seconds to get a third-degree burn. Artificial turf is installed in lower-income areas. This is an environmental justice issue for those who already have too few cooler natural green spaces. According to the EPA and state, artificial turf is impervious, impeding groundwater recharge, including the risk of flooding. We need natural permeable surface to convert LA into a sponge city. It also contributes to biodiversity loss. It kills the soil microbes and living organisms beneath it, takes away habitat from insects and wildlife. It cannot be recycled. At the end of its 8 to 10-year life cycle, it ends up in our landfill, illegally dumped, or shipped out of state to be incinerated. Do the right thing, vote yes.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the
I'm
names
Damon
I have
Hawkins.
under
Nice to
items
meet you.
you'd like to speak to.
Good morning, Natalie Friedberg, item number 12.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for the item. Go ahead.
Good morning, Council President Krikorian, council members. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I had planned to give you the reasons why you should ban artificial turf today, but then I had a conversation with my brother. He has 3 kids who all play
I throw
soccer.
the bags away.
I told him
Rings.
about this motion, and his response was simply, "Why is this even a question? Don't they know it's bad?" And I thought, yes,
Hi,
we
Michael.
do know. We know it's toxic. We know it sheds billions of microplastics
Sup,
into the environment and
CMA
water.
colors?
We know it gets hotter than grass or soil. Do we know everything
wrong.
yet? Probably not, but we know enough. What I will say today is this: we know enough to do the right thing. This motion is asking us to
What's up,
study
Mike?
plastic grass and to continue installing it in the meantime. This is backwards and dangerous and potentially opens the city up to liability. We should
Yeah,
instead put a
Christine.
temporary moratorium on installations of artificial turf
Christina,
until we
yes.
have third-party studies showing that it is safe, especially for kids. My brother finished by saying, "I would never let my kids play on that stuff." I don't think we should let anyone's
Hawkins.
kids or grandchildren
Me
play
too.
on it until and unless we know it's truly safe.
It's because when I
General,
zoom in, it gets
President Krikorian,
less,
this may
what do
be
you
my
call it,
last
clean.
chance to speak to you here
If I
in
do
City
that,
Hall, so I would
but
like
you
to
can,
thank
it's
you.
hard to see them.
You have done so much good work on sustainability,
I
including
figure
on
you'd rather
plastics,
see them.
and I have stood proudly beside you as you announced nation-leading votes on plastics
have a little
pollution.
less
Thank you.
resolution.
Last week in committee, motions on PFAS and the comprehensive plastic ordinance were approved. A ban on plastic grass is the natural
banging,
next step.
Michael.
I hope that you will consider at least a temporary moratorium and protect your legacy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Well, I'm sure we have plenty here, Callie. I don't know what the number is.
Buenos días, mi nombre es
You can
Esmeralda
count on
Negrete. Soy
Somebody
miembro
from
de
every
CPC.
single country in the
Good
world
morning, my
lives
name
here.
is Esmeralda
I
Negrete,
guarantee
and
it.
I'm a member of CPC.
Y estoy aquí para pedir que apoyen, por favor, el punto número 5.
And I'm here to request that please support
Right,
the
Nanya?
item number 5.
Yo pasé un desalojo y fue algo muy frustrante y emocionalmente me sentí muy mal de ver que me estaban desalojando.
I went through an eviction and this was really bad, very frustrating, and I felt emotionally very
No, the
bad
weed.
when I had to go through all these.
The actual weed you're
Viví
burning
por 10
doesn't
años
ash.
con acoso del dueño y creo que eso no es justo.
For 10 years, I lived under the harassment of the owner. I think this is
That's
not
the
fair.
weed right there, brown.
Esto ha sido por toda la vida el
And you can
acoso
cook.
y el
You can
miedo
make
que
that
nos
in with butter.
desalojen. Les
Make
pido
your
por
own weed
favor
butter.
que tomen en cuenta que somos seres humanos y no porque ellos sean dueños tienen más derechos que nosotros. Necesitamos respeto. Por favor, apoyen ese punto.
So please, señora, permítame. So yeah, so we live all. I lived all my life with this fear that we're going to be evicted. So please take into account we are human beings, and so we. They,
whole life?
and not because they are owners, they can disrespect us. So please, continúe, señora.
Well, there's a
Ustedes
contract for you
tienen
to
el
pay for
poder
your
en sus
rent. If you
manos
didn't pay
para
for the
que
rent, they're
esto
going to throw
pare,
you
por
out. That's how it
favor,
works,
porque
man.
esto nos daña emocionalmente y estamos cansados. Encima de que se benefician con las rentas tan altas,
neither real
tenemos que
Tony
sufrir el
Montana.
acoso día con día.
So you have the power in your hands. So please make this stop because it's emotionally damaging for us, and we have to live with this every day.
Thank you very much.
Muchas gracias, señora.
Before our next speaker comes up, I'm going to call a few more names. So I'd like to
I
call
mean, again, yeah.
Bob Claster,
If you're paying your
Diana
rent, most people
Wolke,
don't want to throw you out.
Audit LA, Robert Smith,
The ones who aren't paying
Noah
rent,
Ruiz,
that they usually want to
and
throw
Andrew
out.
Graebner.
Oh, there we go. Remember, under/over is 8.
Good
Buenos
morning.
días, mi nombre es Ogi Toscano y
8.
vivo en el Distrito 10.
Good morning. I'm from District 10. My name is Sol Toscano.
Estoy aquí para pedirles que voten a favor de Tajo 2.0 porque es algo muy importante y muy necesario.
I'm here to request that you please vote in favor of Tahoe 2.0. It is very important and very necessary.
También quiero decir a la concejal Mónica Rodríguez que usted hizo muchos cambios a última hora.
I also want to tell Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez, you made too many changes at the last moment.
Y hay tres cosas que necesitamos que se incluyan porque son muy pertinentes, son muy necesarias.
And there are three things that we really need to be included. They're very pertinent and they're very necessary.
Una de esas es una solución para daños emocionales.
The first one is a solution for the emotional damage.
La otra es multas para los propietarios que acosan a los inquilinos.
The other one is to find the property owners that harass the tenants.
Pero también daños triples a los propietarios que se encuentran deliberadamente
I like his
acosando a los
ginger
inquilinos.
mullet.
And to the multiple fines, triple the fines for those property owners who are on purpose harassing the tenants.
Como inquilino en la ciudad de Los Ángeles, yo he sufrido bastante acoso y por mucho tiempo.
As a tenant in the city of Los Angeles, I've suffered for so much harassment for so long.
Y ya estoy cansado de esta situación.
And I am tired of this situation.
Por eso les pido a todos los concejales que voten lo más pronto posible. Yo no sé por qué. Hoy se iba a votar y ya no se votó.
So I'm asking the council members to vote as soon as possible. I don't understand why they were going to vote today, but still didn't vote.
Esto es urgente, por favor. Se lo está pidiendo la
they're
comunidad.
lazy.
Por favor, escuchen nuestra voz.
This is urgent, so this is a request from the community, so please hear our voice.
Thank you. Next speaker,
Gracias.
please.
Al siguiente, por favor.
Who'd you vote for, my man? Did you vote for these people? You deserve
Good
everything
morning.
you
If you
got.
could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the
I
items
didn't
you'd like
vote
to
for
speak
not
to.
one of these
Good
sacks of
morning. I
dog
signed
shit.
up under Audit LA. I would like to speak on public comment, and I forget the numbers. I think it's 5, 6, 7. I'm not sure, but I'll do it within my time, and I'll do my best to stay on point.
Okay, so item number 5 is not open for public comment, but you can speak to it during general. So let's start with general. Go ahead.
Okay, General, well, I want to take a quick second to say, yes, we should not have tenant harassment. I endured that when my children were small, and we need to strengthen that. But I'm here for public comment to say that L. Ron Hubbard Way, the Church of Scientology has been getting endless permits to have special event permits since June 1st. They have that street closed down until, I think, November at this point. And the reason they're getting away with this de facto street vacation is because there's no rules, there's no laws giving limits as to how often they can do that. Can you imagine if every organization or any business, everyone wanted to have a de facto street vacation, could get endless special event permits and close down streets? It would clog our city. So I'm asking you guys to please do, I would like to initiate, if you could put in at LAMC to where you limit how many special event permits they can get in 1 year or per month, that they cannot endlessly keep a thing down. Thank you. Okay, and now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next speaker, please. I'm sorry, that.
She said 3 and a
Yeah, I'm sorry, that. Because item 5 is only open for general
No,
public
but
comment.
I said I wanted to do
Three
the others too, 6,
Right.
7, and 11 as well.
Yeah,
Is
because
that
you're not
what the
paying
police-
attention.
So none of those were open for public comment either.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
Thanks so
man.
much. Next speaker, please.
So now she got a minute, and that was it. She got dunked.
Good morning,
Hello.
sir.
Good morning.
Hello, my name is Tommy. I live in Council District number 14.
And which items would you like to speak to?
We're going to speak on item number 5.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Today, I'm urging all LA City Council members to vote yes and pass the tenant anti-harassment ordinance, or Tahoe, as amended by the Housing and Homeless Committee. The current Tahoe is weak and unenforceable. Furthermore, the tenant anti-harassment ordinance must include key provisions such as ensuring landlords are fined when they are found in violation of the ordinance, instituting triple damages when landlords willfully engage in harassment. They must include remedies for tenants such as emotional damage. Without consequences for harassment, landlords will continue to ignore Tahoe. General comment. Harassment and gross negligence I experienced from my landlord, Esro Housing Corporation, includes inhabitable living conditions with both roaches and bed bugs entering my unit through the ceiling. Instead of relocating me to a different unit or building, they attempt to evict me for unpaid rent, which I refuse to pay until they are able to pass inspection from the LA Department of Public Health. SRO has failed the last 6 inspections of my
Your time
unit.
has expired.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
I mean, let's be honest, though. You know, really
you.
quickly,
Next
I hate
speaker,
to pause
please.
it again, but really fast. You know, you can tell who's the slumlord and who isn't.
As the speaker's coming up, I'm going to call a few more names.
You're gonna tell
Estella
you can tell who the
S.,
slumlord is,
David
who the dirty
Cajun,
apartment is. You can
Jenny
tell which.
Colon,
You can tell.
Marisol Gonzalez.
So those are things
and
you're like,
Miracle
oh, cheap
McKinney.
rent. Okay, it's cheap. I can afford it.
Good morning. And before
You
the
gotta
next speaker
expect
begins,
those
Speaker, I
things.
know last time you had talked about potentially assistance.
sadly,
so if you let
it's
the
not
sergeants know
illegal
ahead of time,
to
we
be
can make sure
dirty.
you have a microphone
It's
available.
not against
so
the
you
law.
don't have to
They
walk
did
to the
offer
podium.
me. They did offer me.
So what you think
and I
is
did
dirty, what
attempt the
I
phone
think is
lines,
dirty, and what the city
okay,
think is
didn't
dirty
work.
is three
No
different
worries. So
dirty.
which
I
items
couldn't
would you
waste-
like to speak to?
Thank you, though.
So when your neighbor
Public
has
general comment?
roaches, they'll come through
So
the
you have
wall
1
on
minute. Go
you.
Voy a utilizar esto, voy a decir esto en español, esperando que esta vez que me escuchan. Sus oficinas recibieron este fin de semana una propuesta para el desarrollo del programa de valor.
This week, your
Oh, he's
office
doing it in
received a
Spanish. He speaks better
proposal
English
for
than me.
the week of the values.
El objetivo del desarrollar un modelo comunitario para aliviar y consolidar esfuerzos y recursos para una sociedad que lo necesita.
This is a model or a draft, community one, to collaborate with all the efforts and resources that we all need.
Muchos de los desafíos que enfrentan las personas y los residentes en esta ciudad se puede aliviar con esta propuesta.
Many of the challenges that many residents and people are going through can be solved with this proposal.
Llamé a cada una de sus oficinas ayer pidiendo una respuesta para no llegar hoy, pero sí me están ignorando.
I called every single one of your offices to get an answer, but I'm being ignored.
Not one answered.
No,
Sounds
y
about
como
right.
he dicho, tengo dolencias. Su falta de respeto está dañando directamente mi bienestar, señor Soto Martínez.
And like I had said before, I am in pain, and the fact that you're ignoring me is damaging my well-being, Mr. Soto Martinez.
No ha pedido nada más que tener el dolor y la oportunidad de apoyar a mi ciudad. Por favor, responda.
The only thing that I have requested is to be able to support my city. I please ask you to reply.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
Yes, public comment
Hi,
on
Randy.
item
No, I'm
12 is the turf item.
Yes, so you have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the item.
Excellent. Thank you very much. My name is Bob Claster. I've been working with the city of West Hollywood, where just last night we persuaded them to abandon their plan to install artificial turf in our dog park. After exhaustive research, we learned that the scientific consensus is unanimous. There is no safe artificial turf. The safety claims of these petrochemical companies are deceptive, dishonest, and no more credible than the statements the tobacco industry used to put out claiming that cigarette smoking is safe and non-addictive. The thing about carcinogens is that you have no way of knowing which was the one that got you. The prudent thing is just to minimize contact with them as much as possible, both for ourselves and for our loved ones and our children. Congratulations to the city of Los Angeles for leading the way on this crucial issue. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
All right, two more to get to.
Diane Wolke, board member, Safe, Healthy
Three more.
Playing Fields, general public comments, and item 12.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the item.
8 states now have laws on the books regarding synthetic turf. 3 have active bills. 2 cities in California have bans, and 2 other cities, in addition to LA, are moving in that direction. Los Angeles has taken appropriate action on banning single-use plastics and moving to protect its water from PFAS. Synthetic turf is made from the same materials as plastic bags and straws, with additional chemicals of concern. Signed affidavits and industry-sponsored testing will not protect Angelino's rights to clean air, water, soil, human and environmental health. Never trust testing results from anyone with a vested interest in selling you a product. Do we believe academic and independent researchers at Notre Dame, Yale, New Jersey Institute of Technology,
That's
Wayne
early
State University,
astroturfs,
Peer,
Jockey.
the Ecology Center, or in the plastic turf industry? The industry produces tests with results using parts per million or parts per billion rather than the parts per trillion that PFAS are measured in.
General, go
I
ahead.
don't think there's any more astroturf fields anymore anyways. They're all grass now.
They use
least in
test methods
baseball.
not appropriate for plastic. They set detection limits intentionally high to avoid detection and often do not use appropriate techniques to age the plastic carpet and shock pads to reveal chemical leachate over time. The California
Maybe
Coastal Commission
Seattle?
and the Department of Toxic
No, Seattle
Substances
has a new one.
Control
What am I talking
have
about?
seen through these
They had
deceitful
that new
tactics
old
and
Kingdom
followed the
was the last
science.
one, I think.
Of more than 16,000 chemicals used in plastics, less than 1% can be considered non-hazardous. PFAS is but one of these classes of chemicals. PAHs, VOCs, PCBs, endocrine-disrupting and neurotoxic phthalates, bisphenols, micro and nanoplastics, heavy metals, flame retardants, antimicrobials, UV stabilizers, and colorants are all used in plastic turf. New research just released last week on the plastic blades and backing, as well as two alternative infills, have shown endocrine and cardiometabolic cytotoxic effects in vitro studies. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, there you go. Good morning.
Good
If you
morning.
could please
Greta's
remind us of the
grandma.
name you
Good
signed
morning.
up under. and
My
the
name is
item.
Robert Smith with the Painters and Allied Trades. I'm also like
Aren't you the lead
last
singer of
lady,
The
I'm here
Cure?
to speak on item 12, synthetic turf. The issue is it's not banning synthetic turf. The
Thank you,
issue really
Shaki.
comes down to making synthetic turf safe with the PFAS that's in it. I know that the parts per million were in the thousands. They're currently, with a bill that Pilar Shivo did, got down to 125 parts per million. The reality is there's technology out here that is zero PFAS, and we need to look at and do studies on, safer products. If you look who is behind a ban towards PFAS is the grass and fertilizer industry, and believe it or not, natural grass seed has more PFAS in it than synthetic turf does. I agree with the last lady. We have way too high a PFAS. Currently, we live in an area that is drought. We need to conserve water. If I may, just finish
General?
off
Yeah,
with...
you have 1 minute for general public
Okay,
comments.
thank you, Paul. I think looking at, I read the motion. One thing in there was a piece regarding community groups' input. I believe we need to bring some folks from the industry that are really trying to change this into those groups and have an input and, take away from the community issues. I thank you very much, and there I go.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
Good morning. My name is Noah Ruiz with the Painters and Allied Trades, District Council 36. I'm here to speak on item 12. I just wanted
Thank
to
you,
support
JC.
the motion.
Go ahead. You have 1 minute.
No, that's all. I just wanted to support the motion.
This
Thank
ain't the real Roberts.
Thank you very much.
Under over 8.
Next speaker,
Under over
please.
8.
Good morning.
All items, general public comment. If you knew how to do your job, you would have seen that on the screen.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the items.
All right, so we have item 12. Now, I'm not necessarily saying we need turf, but it should be at least noted that some people are allergic to grass, so we should just keep that in mind when. I'm not saying go with turf.
You must
I'm
be.
not necessarily saying go with grass either.
Thank you, Kenneth.
Just come up with something else if we have a problem with turf.
I don't know.
Now let's move on to, we got Walk of Fame stars. We have 17, 18, and 19 are all Hollywood Walk of Fame stars. You can put those stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on the sidewalks that you're not repairing so people trip and fall and sue the city, and then the city pay us out more in liability lawsuits for these Walk of Fame on the sidewalks where these Walk of Fame stars are. So why don't we come up with some other stuff to do with the sidewalk?
The rare
while
double
we address those issues, and then we can move on to Hollywood Walk of Fame stars. We have 20 from City Staffer B. We're keeping funding for the Northridge Park to keep it open through September 29th. Yes, that's right. We're doing another one of these motions. We keep the parks open for just another week or two. It's already September 17th, so this really isn't much of an extension. You know, why don't you just do this? Fund the pool year-round for the most part, maybe close it around November, December for annual maintenance, and maybe open it again around March or April. But otherwise, the pool should be open, and it should be a service for the community. We have 21, that's funding from Monica Rodriguez for lighting up City Hall for lights on after school on October 21st. There's $1,400, almost $1,500 for lighting up City Hall for this event. Why don't you use this fund money for actual after-school programs? You could use that $1,400 for after-school programs instead of lighting up City Hall. We have 22 reward money for snitches from Marquise Harris Dawson. We have 23. Another 4118 motion. No on the 4118 motion. As you all know, as it said in the report that you got, 4118 is not getting people housing. It is not getting people services. All it's doing is it's basically just harassing unhoused people, and it's literally killing them. 6 unhoused people dying on the streets of LA every day and counting. So no on the 4118 motion. You all know it's bad, and you keep doing it. And I support 27.
General public comment.
And as Paul decided to walk out in the middle of my comment because he didn't want to hear what I was about to say. That is Paul Krikorian's second to last day on the council. And we'll talk a little bit about his disaster as council presidency. Just a complete disaster, ever since the moment he got into office. Right, you two? But all he's doing, he's enabled racism, he's enabled corruption, he's been racist and corrupt himself. I mean, he's not working to get Kevin De Leon out of office. He keeps giving him more power. He literally put him back on committees, even though the previous acting council president took him and Cedillo off committees. But Paul put him back on committees. Paul put Kevin back on committees, as well as the corrupt Curran Price. And it's just been disaster. We've had a serious reduction in ability to give public input at these meetings.
Over wins. He's on fire. The rare double two
Morning.
times.
David Gaishun, speaking for
We
general
got
public
two
comment, please.
double
You have
ums.
1 minute. Go ahead.
David Gaishun, representing the Apartment Associations of Greater Los Angeles. Harassment is unacceptable, whether perpetrated by
Back
housing
to normal
providers or
form.
renters, and the city must take action to safeguard all residents. The current ordinance is blatantly one-sided, ignoring the reality that housing providers are often targeted by tenant activists at their homes while taking their children to school and even at places of worship. We strongly urge the City Council to address this imbalance by incorporating the 7 anti-harassment provisions advocated by AGLO. Until the City Council provides equal protection to all residents, people will continue to live
He's
in fear
allergic
for
to
their
grass.
personal safety. Also, AGLO strongly opposes the
course he
change
is.
in the language in Section 1N that would remove the discretion rightfully within the authority of the court of law. Only the court has
Who's
the
allergic
necessary
to
facts
grass?
of each case to determine
How
what
does that
damages are
happen?
appropriate and fair based on the totality of all
Does that
actions by
happen?
both parties. It is wrong for the city to attempt to micromanage a court of law and replace the authority and proper role with the city's blanket requirements. We urge the City
always
Council
play
to
hockey.
retain the current language using may instead of shall. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Oh, grass in there. Usually
Good
basketball
morning.
courts
Could
are
you
near
please remind
grass,
us
so
of the
maybe
name
the
you
wind
signed up
will
under and the items you'd like to speak to?
blow it into you.
Hello.
Hello.
As a reminder,
My name's Estella with Gadfly Herald. So glad Krikorian could come back for this. I will be speaking on item 23 and general public comment, please.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the item.
This is the U.S. Constitution. Krikorian, you should give it a read. It's pretty good. Now, for item 23, 4118 is a violation of, let's see, Amendment 4. What is that? The right to people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued until upon probable cause. What else does it violate? 4118 violates the 14th Amendment. What does that say? No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States. You are violating the U.S. Constitution. I'll go to my general public comment, please. Thank you.
You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
A poem about Los Angeles City Council constitutional violations. When you were 8 and you had bad traits, you went to Bible school and you learned the golden rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fucking fool? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? You chuck Rule 12 on him. You chuck Rule 12 on her. You chuck Rule 12 on your mother. You chuck Rule 12 on your father. You chuck it on the people. You chuck it on me. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Us cops, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good morning. My name is Miracle McKinney. I'm here to speak on number 5, general public comment.
Good afternoon. So you have 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Cops is filled with this location.
I have been a resident in District 10 for 10 years now. Over the past year, I have highlighted many issues at my apartment complex residences of Woodlake, part of Area 1 EQUA Neighborhood Council. And with that, we have had no avail as it comes to harassment. Those repairs have not been done at the property, and I want to say that Monica Rodriguez has been acting in bad faith as it pertains to the amendments that were sprung upon us. With that, I'm asking you, City Council, to vote yes on number 5. Today is National Voter Registration Day. We are the voters that have put you all in place, and we have taken the time for weeks and weeks and weeks to make sure that our voice was heard at the Housing Committee. So please make sure you vote yes on the amendments that we've had put place. And Monica Rodriguez, please remove your amendments. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
But Monica's for everybody.
Next speaker, please.
I guess she only loves the Latino
Good afternoon.
golfers.
If you could please remind us of the name you signed up under and the items
Those
you'd like
golf
to speak
sticks.
to.
It's all
Good
about
afternoon.
the
My name
golf
is Jenny
sticks.
Colon, and I signed under public comment and item number 5.
So you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
My name is Jenny Colon, and I'm a member of ACE, and I live in CD6. I have my own lived experience of harassment. Ms. Rodriguez, I am a minority, Latina like so many here. Don't we count? Clearly not, because you're not even looking at me, Ms. Rodriguez. Shame on you. Triple damages, minimal penalty, and emotional damages are critical to tenants facing harassment. I kindly ask Ms. Padilla for your continued support as you've expressed it in the past. In the interest of transparency, I further demand that the council vote today to publicize the confidential legal memo from the city attorney regarding Tahoe so tenants can weigh in and inform over deliberations. Can you do so now, today? Public council, are you paying attention? Clearly not.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Mi nombre es Marisol González y
My
soy
name
miembro de
is
SAGE.
Y estoy comentando sobre el número 5 en la agenda de comentario público general.
My
Vivo en
name
el
is
distrito
my name is
15.
Maria Gonzalez. I am a member of SAGE, and I want to give a public comment regarding item number 5.
Vivo en el distrito 15 de la ciudad de Los Ángeles.
I live in District 15 in Los Angeles.
Pido a todos los concejales
I ask
a
all the
votar
council
sí,
members
aprobar todas las enmiendas aprobadas para atajo.
that you vote in favor of on item 5 regarding all the amendments.
Yo he sido acosada
I have been
por mi
harassed.
arrendatario por 5 años.
I have been harassed for the last 5 years.
El dueño entra a mi apartamento sin permiso mío.
The owner comes inside of my apartment without my permission.
Me ha reducido utilidades.
I don't have. He has minimized my utilities.
Llega a mi apartamento a gritarme, a mover simplemente solo una maceta, especialmente a mí, porque me quiere desalojar.
The owner comes into my apartment to yell at me and to because señora, un segundo.
Just film
He
it.
comes into my apartment to yell because he wants me to be evicted.
He ido a quejarme al departamento de vivienda.
I have made a complaint at the housing department.
Ellos no me han podido ayudar en nada, al contrario me dicen que él es el dueño y que él puede hacer lo que él quiera. Me he quedado sorprendida por todo lo que el departamento de vivienda me ha dicho.
Even though I have complained with the housing department, they have not been able to help me. The opposite, they have said that the owner has all the rights to do whatever
Holy
he wants.
shit, Donald
I have been
Harlan
very
just showed up.
surprised to learn that the housing department has not been able to help me.
He just showed up with his backpack. He just sat down. Donald Harlan's there now.
Why are they
And
not
Herman
doing
left.
the job that they're
He
supposed
signed
to
up
do?
as him.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Why couldn't he be there earlier,
speaker,
man?
please.
It would have been fantastic. I'm right
And
here.
then we'll take Ms. Rocha, and that'll be the last speaker for
that's
the
it.
chambers.
Yes, good morning. My name is Anabela Mazariegos. I come from District 14. I have a question for Monica Garcia. What side are you, miss? Are you on the side of the tenants
Rodriguez,
or
not
the
Garcia.
rich people? I'm
The rich
talking about Tahoe ordinance because I was there 2 weeks ago in a meeting and you were striking so many things of what the people need because if we need to reform this ordinance, it's because the people are suffering. Mental disabilities are happening because landlords are harassing too much and you guys are not paying attention. Please, people need homes. Home is a basic need. And we're being harassed. If you're a tenant, not everybody has the fortune to buy a house. So we need tenants. We need to maintain people in house. Please accept this and vote yes on this Tahoe. It's very important. But I'm very disappointed about you, Ms. Rodriguez, because it seems like you don't care for the community. You don't care for us.
All right. Thank you very much.
You.
Next speaker,
Remember
please.
that when you vote for her again. You remember that.
Good afternoon. Which items would you like to speak to?
She rolls her
27
R's
in
at you.
general.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for item number 27 and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
I live in CD1. My name is Susan Rocha. I'm fighting for peace and quiet in my own home. Divine Savior Catholic Church has 4 bullhorns that blast tape recordings of my house several times a day, every day, even though there's no church services and not a
I
soul
don't see
around.
how this is related to item
actually,
number
that's-
27.
Okay,
So
actually,
please-
that went to general. Okay, let me go back to
Okay.
27. 27 is First Amendment. We should not limit First Amendment no matter what the cost. No matter who's offended or who's not, we should never stop First Amendment. Divine Savior tried 2 times to stop my First Amendment because I hold a sign on the corner protesting their noise. Twice they took me to court, twice they lost. It's really disgusting, and people should support First Amendment.
So
I
I'm
don't
going
see
to ask that you
Hernandez
stick to
supporting First
27 or I'm going to
Amendment.
move you to general.
What's that?
I'm going to ask that you please stick to item number 27 or I'm going to move you to general.
Okay, well, that was 27. You want me to move to 27?
No, go ahead and do your general public
Okay.
comment, please.
Okay, that was my First Amendment that they took me to court and they lost
Okay,
2
general
times.
public comment.
Okay, general General is...
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I want the city attorney to stop fighting my factually innocent case. Fourth try in court, in appellate court, not guilty is not good enough. I'm asking for the city attorney to stop. You know Divine Savior Catholic Church members lied, and that was proven by my not guilty. Stop fighting my factually innocent case, which I will never stop till I get to the Supreme Court or wherever top court there is, because this is not right. It was a lie. They lied, and it's proven. It can be proven. I have proof. And so stop fighting my factually innocent case. I want factually innocent. Not guilty is not good enough. What happened never happened.
Okay.
And I'm going to prove, and I have proof.
Okay, Ms. Rocha, this
Stop
really
fighting
isn't
my
within the
factually innocent
jurisdiction of
case.
the City Council, so
Okay,
thank you very
thank you.
much.
Appreciate it.
All right, first
What's up,
caller,
Randy?
please.
Oh, here we go. Phone calls, guys.
Caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Jason.
All items in general public comment.
So you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the items. Go ahead.
This is Richard Serrano, candidate for District 6. Number 2, thank you, Emilio Padilla, for pushing that forward and get these houses built in our district. You know, you can see by the people in the chamber, it's not going to be easy, but you're pushing it forward. Now, recusing yourself, Mr. Price, is great. I wish Corian would have done the same since he's the landlord. Monica Rodriguez, you can see you have a split tongue because you keep changing everything from what
So which item are you
number
speaking
2
to?
says. I'm speaking on number 2.
Okay, there were no recusals on number 2.
Okay, we go back to landlords. Price and Corian should be recused because it's about landlords.
It's really not.
Number
It's
2,
about a TEFRA bond.
Okay,
You can speak to the
all right.
TEFRA bond about
Can you stop my
that
clock
project.
if you're going to keep talking to me?
No, I want you to stay on agenda so we can keep on task here.
Okay, Monica Rodriguez, a split tongue. Again, these people are here about getting homed and housed. And you keep changing the rules and not representing those people.
Okay, so this is clearly general
Okay,
public
let's go to
comment. We're
number
speaking about
12,
item
City
5.
Attorney.
Okay, last
Number
warning
12,
though.
City Attorney.
Speak to item 12, please.
What
Go ahead.
26 facilities that Los Angeles has for reclaimed water, purple pipe, easy. We just opened another one in, 2021? Vice President Harris, she came out to Sun Valley. We got Sylmar West and all the other different districts. You don't even have to think about this. Run reclaimed water to these facilities. Get rid of that 180 degree, 200 degree plastic in the heat, artificial turf, unless you guys got some kind of financial investment in them. There's no reason to even think about it. But unless you've done the work or work with the people that have done the work, you wouldn't understand that. That product was sold to you to save water. We have reclaimed
Okay,
water
so you've
from
exhausted your 1 minute on
LADWP.
item 12. Please move on to another item.
General public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Again, thank you for the support. LA City, again, I speak on the things that I know about. La gente allí, Mónica Rodríguez no está allí para ustedes. Piensen en eso cuando van a votar en la elección, cuando ella venga para atrás. Ella tiene que ser la representación para ustedes. Para ustedes, no para ella.
Mr. Serrano, please pause for translation.
Everyone who's here at the council meeting, you have to know that Ms. Rodriguez was supposed to represent you. That she doesn't work for the government, she works for you.
Okay, I said, please do think about that during the next election.
Por favor, piense sobre eso en las siguientes elecciones.
That's right, Richard.
Monica Rodriguez has a split tongue.
Go
Monica.
ahead. No, go ahead. We don't
She
need
was
to
about to translate the English to English.
Okay, so, señoras, ella tiene una lengua de aceptante, nomás para decirle lo que quieren ganar. I got 20 seconds left. Don't give up my time.
Actually, your time is
Translation,
expired
please.
now.
Actually, your time's expired now. Fucking
Next
dunk 'em.
caller? Next
See how
caller,
they
please.
do that? You see how they
Caller,
do
which
that?
items would you like to speak on?
Just a bunch of communists. They don't like what they hear. Dumb.
Go ahead, caller.
Caller with the last four digits 9809. Which items would you like to speak on?
Caller with the last four digits 9809. This is your last opportunity to speak. Please press star 6 to unmute. Okay, we're going to have to move on to the next caller.
Yes, this is Jason.
Caller, which items would you like to speak on? Caller with the last four digits 9519. Please press star 6 to unmute.
Finally did it, guys. I broke into
Yes, my name is Jason, and I'm a smoker scan viewer.
Good afternoon. Which items would you like to speak to?
Good afternoon there, Pumpkinhead. Let me get all available items and general public comment, if you would, please,
Okay,
kind
so
sir.
you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items.
And speak to the agenda
Nice.
items, please.
Well, Mr. Kokorum, if you'll shut your damn cocksucker long enough, I'll speak to the agenda items there, sir.
Go ahead,
Is that a deal?
continue.
All right, there, Pumpkinhead. Anyway, shout out to the smoke can community. I think the little AstroTurf thing there, the artificial turf, we should definitely not have that. Because, the other day I was down on Figueroa with this chick, and, we were hanging out doing her thing there, and I paid her $5.
Unless there's artificial turf that you want to speak to down there on Figueroa, you're off topic. So I'm going to move you to general public comment.
Well,
we
damn,
do this. We
brother.
do this.
I
We
thought-
do this
I thought
every
Pumpkin
day.
take care
Enough
of
is
this.
enough. General public comment.
Don't be an asshole there, petty pink face.
Fucking
Anyway, shout out to the smoke can community. Anyway, as I was saying there, Miss Rodriguez, my man was talking about a little earlier there. I want to kind of check out that split tongue situation, see what she's really working with there. But anyway, I was down on Figueroa with this chick, and I paid her $5 to let me
What you did
get her
on
back to her
Figueroa
back.
really is not within the jurisdiction of the city council, so your time's
you don't
expired.
take-
Your time's expired. Next caller, please.
Shout out to Jason.
Caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Ah, fuck, that was funny, dude. Jason's famous.
Yes, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
we
go
can hear
ahead,
you.
please.
Oh, great. Yes, I'd like to speak to agenda item number 12 and use the 1 minute general public comment. My name is Christine Lynch-Tinkle, and I am an organics and soils specialist, a member of the Association of Compost Producers for the state of California, and an active contributor to our Healthy Soil and Education Working Group as it relates to our urban landscape, turf grass, and ball fields.
She drive a
I'm
Subaru?
here to share serious concerns
Tesla.
over the increasing and unsustainable
Prius.
trend of investing in artificial turf under the false pretenses that it is a water-saving product and increases playability. As an environmental planner, analyst, and scientist for over 20 years, I would strongly urge the City Council to adopt the motion as presented and to move forward with environmental and safety review of artificial turf versus natural turf. The ability or inability of plastic turf compared with natural turf grass to capture rainfall should be disclosed to the public and water agencies overseeing the development of our rainwater capture and groundwater recharge infrastructure planning. The amount of water used
General
on
public
artificial
comment.
turf versus natural turf organically managed should also be disclosed, not to mention the microplastics emitted into our surface waters. With respect to playability, evidence and data to support such a claim that artificial turf would ensure or increase playtime needs to take into account foreseeable heat advisories that can be expected. If either the plastic turf or the ambient temperatures get too hot and above the targeted heat index of 95 degrees, would there not be an excessive heat warning issued discouraging outdoor activities and conversely playtime? What is important to know is that natural turf can draw down or sequester greenhouse gases from the local air sheds, which inherently cools the local microclimate. This can be measured and compared with the inability
they
of
take care of
plastic
themselves?
grass
As long as
to
you're
provide
there
for this function.
to feed it,
This would also help
clean
the
its
city
box.
meet its climate action goals. Without a CEQA review to disclose both adverse and positive impacts from investing in
either
Speaker, your time has
alternative.
expired.
Thank you very much.
Go get
Next
one from the
caller, please.
pound. Don't buy one from the
Caller, which items
So
would you
many
like to
of them
speak
there.
on?
You know what I mean? Cats are so plentiful. It's too many.
Caller with the last four digits, 1403. I see you're unmuted. Which call? Which?
All items of general comment.
Viewer
Okay, so you have
discretion
3
is
minutes for
advised.
the items and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the items. Go ahead.
Thank you, Dirty Armenian. I support the AstroTurf. Why is that? Because when you're down there in 77th and Fig and you have AstroTurf, there's less scraping when you're doing your duty.
All right. Move on to your next item.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about there. And of course, 4118, I fully support it. Why can't you missus do 4118 over at, what's it start? Carondelet and San Marino. Carondelet and San Marino, where there's a gang takeover. You missus do it. I wrote 4118, I designed 4118, and I created it with the help of Satan herself. Gracie Beach Park, let's give her a hand. Oh. Yes. And also, I couldn't do it without Moni Cow, which is spelled Monicow, and she's a big fat slob. So again, people, 4118 works. 4118 deliberates. And 4118 can stop human trafficking. We should put a 4118 zone on 77th and Fig, for example. So Jason doesn't have to be bothered by those prostitutes. And Rob Kwan doesn't have to dream about it. 4118 is the solution.
Okay, move on to your next item.
Holy shit. Holy.
Okay, what's the next item?
Holy
item
shit.
98. Item 98 I'm against.
Jason's
Fuck
famous.
item 94. Fuck item 91. Item 90 I support.
Sorry, I'm hearing
Item 80,
numbers in the 90s.
You know what?
Not
Just
90
let's,
items.
Mr. Spindler, move on to your general public comment. 1 minute for general public comment.
Yes, it's the end of the reign of the filthy, dirty, pink-skinned Armenian terrorist known as Paul Martin Krikorian. Let's give everybody a hand. Hold on. Now, we're going to put that pumpkin-headed, dark-skinned, bull-headed, shiny-headed cocksucker on there on Friday, and we'll be there. As we take the gavel away, and Paul Martin Krikorian has to deal with his double suspended bar license and see if he can get it back. You dumb Armenian. And remember, everybody, Jason is fighting for your right for $25 blowjob.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. He's done. All right. We'll take one more caller.
Fucking hysterical. You see what you did, Jason? You see what
Caller,
you've
which
done?
items would you like to speak on?
You see what you've done, Jason? You've taken over.
Oh, hello. Oh, hello,
Yes,
hello,
which
hello.
items would you like to... We can hear you. Which items would you like to speak to?
About time. I've been waiting out here for hours. This is Herbie for the Dirty. Also a smoking scan viewer.
Okay, start speaking to the agenda item or go to general public comment.
Calm down, calm down. You don't both don't need to get out the
Which
hands
items?
in a wad. I'll do all general, just general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
'cause
Go ahead.
It doesn't really fucking matter what we say about the items because you're all going to vote yes on the items, and then you're going to do the tabulation of the roll, get current price back into the council hall, and then tabulate the vote, where we count the vote, and see all yeses on the screen, just like every fucking day. Because you know why? Because the Democratic Party is for the people, by the people, of the people. It hasn't changed since the inception of the Democratic Party, and the Democrats did not overturn the Jim Crow laws in the South. They forced Asians to be in internment camps during World War II. They also created the KKK to suppress Republican votes. And they say the Republican Party is the bad party, the ones that make people suffer. No, it's the Democratic Party. because they want all your money, 100% of your income to their corporate greed. And,
all right, thanks very much. That will close public comment.
Don't forget about the Chinese Exclusion Act of
Close general public
1892.
comment. Madam Clerk, what is next before us?
A long time.
Council may now vote on items 2 through 4,
Shout out to
14 through
hurdy-gurdy.
22, 24 through 29, 31 and 32, sir.
All right, those items are now before us. Do any members wish to be
Guys,
heard
yeah,
on
Friday's
those
his last
items?
day.
Seeing none,
Friday,
let's open the roll.
he's dethroned.
Close the roll and tabulate the votes.
15 ayes. Mr. President, there are requests for item 8, 31, and 32 to
No
go forthwith,
Candido.
sir.
They did take a
Without
lot of
objection, that will be the
speakers
order.
in the
Next.
chambers.
Next would
But they
be
could take
item
more if they
number
didn't
1,
honor the
and
first two
that
groups.
was a motion, Lee Hernandez, to grant the application.
Very good. That item is now before us. Do any members wish to be heard on the item? Seeing none, let's open the roll. Close the roll and tabulate the votes.
15 ayes.
Very good. Thank you. We can go next to item number 12, which was the
Ancient Chinese secret.
So this
huh?
was a substitute motion which was read into the record before public comment by the city attorney. So this is a two-vote process. The first is whether to substitute.
Thank you, Richard. Shout out to you. Good
And,
call today.
So let's open the roll on
I
whether
like how
to
you
substitute.
threw it
first.
down in Spanish for the folks in there so they understand
roll,
and
tabulate
remember
the
that
votes.
when they go vote. It's the way to do it.
Okay, the
That's
substitute
how you
motion is now
change shit.
before us, and I'd like to recognize Councilmember Blumenfield.
And I'm tired of the pandering.
Thank you very much.
Should be pandering
Council President.
to everybody.
Colleagues, I'd like to ask for your aye vote on this item and the amendment
You're
that
gonna
is circulating
pander.
that we just, the substitute amendment
Not
that
just
we just
chose
put forward.
groups you choose.
Put forward with Council President Krikorian. And I want to start by
outrageous.
thanking Council members Yaroslavsky and Hernandez for their support for pushing this matter out of committee so that Los Angeles can make an informed decision about artificial turf.
Hey, the people love you.
I introduced
Look in the
this
chat room,
motion
Richard.
because while plastic petroleum products may have been used with the best intentions, as some of the speakers talked about, we even pushed them a number of years ago. In recent years, the science on the material used not just on these products,
voted
but on
for
many
Stacey
plastic
last year.
petroleum
I'm gonna vote
products has
Serrano
shown
this year
alarming issues
for
with
District
leaching
6.
chemicals that have in some instances found their way into
I
our
wrote in
groundwater
Stacey last year, I'm
sites
not
up
gonna lie,
and
I
down the
did.
state. Here in Los Angeles, our own LADWP detected some of these chemicals in inactive wells, but fortunately not yet in our drinking water. I see this motion as part of our efforts to bring order to the growing amount of plastics that are within our city. Just last Friday, the Energy and Environment Committee heard a day of reports from city agencies on our plastic reduction policies, our microplastics, otherwise known as forever chemicals, or PFAS, and we learned that either these never fully break down or they remain in hard to dissolve forms within our water due to pollution with all sorts of difficult and troubling environmental and health effects. This motion is in line with those efforts. And specifically, what this motion is about with the amendment is to get the city to take a focused look at the synthetic grass and natural fields for recreation with a focus on health and safety first and foremost, but also on water use, maintenance, and with the goal of making sure we're not reducing recreation. The amendments we've introduced clarify that our city agencies will study this issue deeply in order to help us make an informed decision, that we're serious about ultimately regulating what is now a completely unregulated product and industry.
Yes, Hoosier, you do.
And that we will work with partner jurisdictions to increase the data sets and improve the region's access to recreation, all the while working with leading academic institutions, the state, and others to have an independent look at all of these questions. In sum, this is a common sense way to deal deliberatively with an environmental health problem that is plaguing us. And this is the important step toward that. I also want to, there's a lot I want to say, but I do want to make sure that I thank the hundreds of people that sent in comments to the council file, the folks that came and spoke today, including 20 plus neighborhood councils from every part of the city, the Neighborhood Council Sustainability Alliance, all of whom supported this measure. And we had organizations from the Five Gyres Institute, those are the folks that
I was going
focus
to tell you
on
guys, I
trash
finally
in
got the
ocean,
weed going.
the Sierra Club, Theodore Payne Foundation,
I put this in
various medical
8.5.
associations that are warning us about the
I
artificial
just got
grass
it.
products and their
So
harmful
I'm now
effects.
smoking on
A lot of
917.
folks have been focused on this issue because it's an important issue that affects
All
all
that
of us.
extra
It
weed.
affects our kids. As for individual comments, they range from concerned residents, skeptical folks. I mean, this book here that I have, this is all public comments I was reading through. There are a lot of folks. Sadly, we had to kill a tree to get all this stuff printed, but there are a lot of folks who are weighing in on this very important issue. Last year, the state started to weigh in on this. There was a bill that was signed that removed artificial turf from what is an allowable
No, it's a glass
drought
jar,
response.
actually.
And basically, that
one of
bill
those ball
opened the
jars.
door for local cities to regulate.
Although
like
I
many
did
issues, Los Angeles can,
vacuum
should,
seal
and
it in
will
plastic.
take the lead on certain health and environmental issues.
If that makes you
This
feel better.
motion is our
I cut it out of the
putting our
plastic
foot
and then
forward
put it in
so
there.
that we can take the lead.
So it can
we
off
can make
gas.
our community safer.
Get that plastic
And ultimately,
high
what
in
we
my
do here, I
lung.
have no doubt, if we do it right and deliberatively, the way this motion sets out to do it, will ultimately create a cascading effect throughout the entire state and ultimately throughout the entire country.
thank you,
so this is
Richard.
an important moment
Appreciate
where
you coming and hanging
we are
too with
taking
us.
an unregulated industry, we are looking at it, and we are making sure that we look at the latest science and we move forward.
You don't want no
deliberately. So with that,
off-gassing?
I ask for your
I off gas all the time.
Thank you very much, and I just want to thank you, Councilmember Blumenfield, and your staff
Bro.
for doing this in a way that will take a deep.
Dude, you have those prank videos on YouTube, like the fart prank ones. Oh my God, there's these dudes now. They're doing some gnarly shit. They're going in an elevator. They're putting up a camera in the elevator, and then they just do one of those like loud, wet farts. And the worst thing is, homeboy has a hat. He takes his hat off, puts it over his ass, farts. Everybody looks over and then watches him pull the hat up and then sniff the hat. Then he gets out and he leaves him there, and then they go up another floor or two. And you see him all bust up and go crazy. Then then he has his buddy come in, and he's sitting there, standing there next to his buddy, and his buddy just goes, and he goes down like behind his butt and goes, smells like meatloaf. And everybody just looks over like, what the fuck? All these chicks are looking at him, either laughing or saying,
Absolutely gross.
It was hysterical. And funny enough as it is more women laugh at it than the guys.
Very good.
The guy, you'd think that it would
Councilmember
be
De Leon.
the guy's just always there
Forthwith,
laughing
please.
at it, but
Item 30
it's-
forthwith,
it's
without
the,
objection, that will be the order.
It's the women that tend to laugh more.
All right. Madam
little
Clerk, what
kids
is
are
next?
always busting up. They're little
Council
kids.
has
They're
motions
laughing.
for posting and referral.
Without objection, posted and referred. Next.
That clears the desk, sir.
Very good.
Guys don't care. We do.
Thank you. Members, that will take us next to announcements.
We do it.
Do we
That's it.
have
Boom.
any announcements,
What are we
members?
doing now?
Any announcements?
No announcements.
All right. Well, I will just like to make this announcement for the sake of members and staff on the floor. If you hadn't noticed, there were some changes in the back.
What, a
It has
Starbucks
been
bar or
quite a few
barista
years
back there?
since
What do you got?
Roz Wyman was elected to the city council. And when she was, the men who then served on the city council were forced to add a woman's bathroom here to accommodate Councilmember Wyman. Well, we've come a long way since then. We now have 7 women on the council, and I think a majority of our floor staff as well. And still, they've been waiting in line for that one Roz Wyman bathroom. Well, that ends today. So I would just ask that gentlemen remember to lock the door when you use the one that you have typically used, because now they are both open for everybody. So, so with that, any other announcements, members?
Huh?
It's really important that you remember to lock the door, though. So any other announcements? Okay, seeing none, if we can all rise, please, for adjourning motions. Are there any adjourning motions on my left? Members on my left, any adjourning motions? Any adjourning motions on my right? Councilmember Padilla, please.
Yes, okay. Come on up. Okay.
Where's Yessie?
Council members and members of the public. Today I am adjourning in memory of a very good friend of mine, longtime friend of mine, that many of you probably knew in her time working at Tree People. Pam Gibson was born in 1949.
Tree Peeps.
She's a proud
Rest in
native
peace,
of the San
Pamela.
Fernando Valley, where she was born and raised, and she attended Van Nuys High School. She came from a big family where she is the oldest of 6. She had 2 children, Michelle and Kyrene, and with us today is Michelle and her partner. Her siblings, a few are here as well, with their spouses. Her Greek dancing community is here, and multiple coworkers from Tree People. Pam began her remarkable journey at Tree People 17 years ago, becoming the organization's first ever regional manager of the Northeast San Fernando Valley. She organized countless community tree planting events, tree maintenance efforts, tree distribution programs, and workshops in parks, schools, and neighborhoods across the valley. Pam's work focused on teaching families about stormwater capture and school greening projects, mobilizing thousands of volunteers, especially in communities like Sun Valley, Pacoima, San Fernando, and Sylmar. It was through these community efforts that Pam met myself, my sister, and she even once got to work with my father, who, when he passed, thanks to her, we now have a tree planted in his name. For most of her time at Tree People, Pam worked as a one-woman team, yet she accomplished so much by fostering support from volunteers, city staff, and community members. She really was the one that brought us all together. Through her guidance, she empowered others to take ownership of local environmental initiatives, creating a sustainable movement throughout the San Fernando Valley. In fact, she wasn't hired a staff to work under her until 2021, only 3 years ago, highlighting her incredible ability to do more with less on her own. Her passion, leadership, and deep connection with the residents she served transformed the local environment. And her nonsense, can-do attitude made her a joy to work with, while her infectious laughter, colorful language, and boundless enthusiasm endeared her to everyone around her. I could still hear her now. Known for her unwavering loyalty and commitment to her staff, colleagues, and communities she served, Pam became a beloved friend, mentor, and leader to many, including myself. Her dedication has left a lasting mark on the San Fernando Valley and will continue to inspire future generations, because a lot of future generations got to work with her in planting those trees and beautifying their campuses. So now as she watches over us and she sees us adjourning in her memory, I want to thank her for being a great friend and really being about the work. It was never for personal or political gain. She was just strictly focused on the outcome, to increase our tree canopy and things related to the improvement of everything that comes with more trees in an urban community. Thank you again, Pam. I'm gonna very, very much miss you. May she rest in peace.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Padilla, and to Pam's family and friends and the whole Tree People community. What an incredible legacy that Pam has left behind. A living legacy in countless trees around Los Angeles, in the habitat that makes it their home, and in the countless young people who have a deeper appreciation for our environment and our surroundings because of Pam's work. So may she rest in peace. Thank you very much. We're all indebted. Are there any other adjournments on my right? Let me go next to Councilmember Soto Martinez, please.
Thank you so much, Council President. Colleagues, it is with profound pain and sadness that I ask to adjourn this meeting in honor of Yang, who was shot and killed earlier this year by police while experiencing a mental health crisis inside his parents' home in District 13.
Oh, I think we watched this
Young,
one,
along
guys.
with his twin brother,
We watched the
Yin, and his
LAPD
parents,
video.
Min and Myung Suk, who are here beside me today, immigrated to Koreatown from South Korea when Young was just 1 year old. Growing up in Los Angeles, Young had a deep love for the outdoors, whether playing tennis, biking, hiking in Griffith Park, or befriending the neighborhood cats. He found joy in nature and his community. At 20 years old, Young was first diagnosed with severe
No, it's
mental
not
health
that one. That was
conditions,
the dude who got
including
shot in
bipolar
the
disorder
kitchen.
and manic depression.
I remember
Young
he had
struggled
opened the
with these
door.
for
and
years, and as anyone who has
from
a
what I
family
remember, I'm
member
pretty sure
struggling
he had a
through
knife in
similar
his hand, and
situation
that's why they
knows
shot him.
it can take a toll
The other
on
one had a
entire
knife in his
family.
hand, too.
Even though mental health is often stigmatized in many immigrant communities, Young's parents and brothers were there
He
for
kept
him,
knocking on the
were there for
door.
him
He wouldn't
every
get
step
out.
of
He
the
was
way.
yelling back and forth through the
In
door.
recent years, Young's story was one of resilience.
And then
In
when
the
they
past
opened the
5
door,
years,
he had the
Young
weapon.
found more stability than he ever had experienced. He formed a loving relationship
on
with his
YouTube.
girlfriend. He enjoyed cooking dinner for her, and even attended concerts together, despite his aversion to loud music. Then on May 2nd this year, Young experienced a mental health episode, so his parents called the Department of Mental Health for help, as they had done before. Later, LAPD arrived. Moments later, he was shot and killed. Young's parents called for help for their son, and the government that was supposed to be there for him instead ended his life. The pain and trauma the Young family has endured is beyond words. When I first met with the Yang family, Young's father Min told me how this would have never happened in Korea, and that if it somehow did, the entire country would rise up demanding justice and change. Here, we're almost numb to it. Until we have a citywide system that prioritizes care, safety, and dignity for all our residents, we will continue to keep hearing more stories like Yang's. Yang Yang deserved better. May Yang Yang rest in peace, and may his memory live on in the city of Los Angeles. Thank you so much.
Rest in
Thank
peace,
you.
Young. Yeah, no, I'm
Other-
pretty
any
sure
other
we
motions
watched that
for
one.
adjournment? Members?
'Cause I remember them in the stairwell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to
How many
give my
are?
condolences to the family. Anytime you lose a family member, it's hard. When you lose a
Fuck,
child,
how many more?
It's almost unbearable. Just I wanted to send my condolences, and I'm just very sorry for your loss.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much. All right, if there are no other, oh, I'm sorry, Councilmember Hernandez.
Yeah, I just also want to express my deepest condolences for your loss.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. It's deeply felt by you, I'm sure of it.
All right. Thank you all very much. Thank you to the friends and family of Yang Yang for being with us. On behalf of the entire council, we share in your pain, and we wish you our deepest condolences. With that, if there are no other motions for adjournment, go forth and serve the city well, members. This meeting is adjourned.
All right. I guess that's it. Oh. For the fucking get a copyright. I'm sure I've already had music earlier when I was not trying to get this goddamn eye going. But shit, yeah, at least we got something in. Better than nothing. Got a few unexpected shout outs. Shout out to everybody who did call in. Shout out to Richard Serrano. Vote Richard Serrano for District 9. Shout out to Rob Kwan. You know, Spindler had a great call. Jason, as always. Jason has flipped the world upside down, apparently. It's all Jason's fault. Everything's Jason's fault. All right, guys, I'm out of here for now. Thanks for joining me. Thank you for the likes, the love, the thumbs ups, the donos, all of it. I appreciate every last bit of it. Thank you for giving me some good laughs earlier. And I guess that's it for now. So I'll see you guys at, 8 p.m. tonight, Pacific Standard Time. So please adjust to your time zone for our normal Tuesday night crime wave fun. So have a fantastic day, and I'll see you later tonight. All right, guys.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, you guys. I'm a gang.